a Doctor Who panel, Christmas Eve special, yes. And we've got Matrix Lord 212 with us tonight. Hello, Matrix Lord.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Liking the hat. And we've got the rabbi from another planet. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his first name because I messed it up lots of times. But welcome. And again, loving the Christmas hat as well. Everybody's
there you go. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Very fun.
We've got Blue Bonnet Hoovian with us as well. Hello, Blue Bonnet Hoovian. I don't know if your screen has froze or you're just very still.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas.
How are
Merry
you?
Christmas.
And we will have the Nerdaholics joining us a little bit
I'm probably
later.
very still, but it probably is kind of slow.
Okay, no problem. We got that. Brilliant. We've got 4 of you watching. Not surprised, but hopefully it'll bounce up. It should after a while. But welcome everybody. Happy Christmas and all that, and stay safe, as they all say. But we're going to talk about our favorite Christmas specials, and then we're going to delve into Series 12 a little bit because we've only got a week and a day, 8 days to go. Yeah. I don't know if I'm not excited yet. I don't know if I will get excited, but I've got a bit of dread.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: you want to have an opener, right? So when you had like Magician's Apprentice, which is familiar, that was an opener, right?
Yeah.
Now it's just like, oh, she's got a bow tie. Oh, she's in a suit. Oh, there's nothing else going on in the episode other than her spoofing James Bond. Oh, Stephen Fry. But like, what are you showing us?
Yeah.
What is there to get us excited that we waited 10 months and now like she's back? Like what nuance have you done to make this worth the wait? And right now it's other than them spoofing the title, it's just like, okay, it's there. Doctor Who is there. You know, it's like that's a bit. I felt if they would have did a special to open it up, it would have been like, forced. I think anyway.
Yeah, I'm being honest. This I wasn't looking forward to Series 11. I have to admit, but I said I'd give it a chance, which I did. I watched the whole lot. And I actually fell asleep during some of it. I had to watch it again, and I nearly fell asleep again. It just bored the crap out of me, right? Everybody knows me feelings on Series 11.
Right.
Series 12, though, what I've seen so far, I mean, the trailer, we've watched the trailers, obviously, on YouTube and stuff, and BBC have dropped them. But I watched the trailer on the big screen there. BBC last night actually showed it. And watching the trailer, it's an extended version of the 2 trailers, basically, right? And I was sitting there and I was watching it, and nothing got me excited about it. I should be excited right now as a Doctor Who fan, and I'm not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be excited. I mean, listen, I really want to love it. I really want to like it. I'm doing my best to go in with an open mind. I'm just imagining everything from the Ghost Monument onward didn't happen, and I could just start afresh. That's what I'm trying to do. But and I think they're really scared, and they're doing their best. They're doing their utmost best to not make it tank because they saw the ratings fall along with the rest of us. I think they're scared, but I just don't know if they got the talent to pull it together. That's really the missing factor. And I hope they do, but if they don't, I hope it crashes just spectacularly.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. If it doesn't, I mean, the first 2 episodes, in my opinion, of this series are going to be key, right?
Yeah.
The first 2, obviously, and then the one after it. So we've got 3 episodes, 3 or 4 episodes. We're going to know how this era is going to be received. Well, this series is going to be received. Now, already they're making predictions that the first episode of Spyfall will hit the 8 million mark.
I don't know about that.
I disagree. I actually think it'll be higher. I don't know about you, Matrix Lord, but I actually think people are being a bit unkind. I actually think it will be higher because there is always even though Jodie Whittaker is so that nobody likes her. Let's be honest. The only fans that like her, we know who likes her, right? But the thing about it is, it's a new series, right? And okay, there's no excitement right now, but maybe 2 days before there will be. And then people will actually watch the first 2 episodes to see how the series is going to go. And that's when I think after that, then we can judge then, because 3 and 4, we will see the drop off, right? And we'll see how big the drop off is. Now, we've already seen Series 11 has lost about 45 to 50% of its audience already. Okay, from the first episode to Resolution, it's about 50%. Right now, they have to somehow get that back. Right, you look at the trailers, you look at what they're bringing back. It's designed to get us fans that weren't on board with Series 11 on board with Series 12. The problem that we do have though is Chibnall's writing team and his ability to write story arcs and to write character arcs. I mean, Yasmin is a perfect example of that. I mean, no matter what we say about Manique Gill's talent, right, she hasn't been given anything to actually work with. We could say the same about Tolson Cole. He did get a little bit, but I mean, he was supposed to have a disability. It only featured really once or twice in the series.
It's over already.
It's gone. It's unrealistic, you know. Oh, she's popped out. She'll probably pop back in. She's probably lost the signal, so we'll give her. Hold on, put that back the way it was. Actually, that was better with the three faces like that. There we go. The three wise men. But I mean, I'm just not excited.
These
and I should
writers, they're writers. Just picture these writers.
Yeah.
They are putting the characters that we know, like Jejune and everything, and they've never written sci-fi. So it's like having the Jejune read kindergarten books to children. Like they don't know the context of what they're doing with these characters. Like, I mean, we know that.
I think it's scary, but I think Star Trek Discovery. This is the last time we saw people who are like political playwrights doing science fiction. We get just like. Did you see that last short, the animated one?
No, I didn't even. You know what?
I beyond awful.
Oh God. I just have a problem. Like, it's the longest running science fiction show in history. Treat it with legacy status. Put sci-fi writers in Doctor Who. Put people that maybe have worked with the show before, even knew who. I know Chibnall has this problem where he's like, my people and this, and Mark Gatiss is not even writing for them. It's like ridiculous, different things. But like, and I know he's it's like, his ego is like beyond like Moffat and RTD plus 27. It's like ridiculous. But like, I'm worried that it's all facade. The Jejune, the Cybermen. Who's writing them in the episode?
Exactly. That's the.
Do they know how to use them?
Exactly. And if we look at the way he handled the Dalek, I will say one thing. I might not like the design of the Dalek, but I wasn't that bothered by the dialogue. I thought it made. I will say one thing about Resolution. I hate that story. But the one thing I will say, the Daleks were sinister again in that. That Dalek was sinister in that episode. It was the dialogue though, and the way even Jodie Whittaker. I actually compared two scenes. The Dalek scene with Christopher Eccleston, and then the scene where Jodie meets the Dalek for the first time. And the writing, it wasn't the acting I was looking at, it was actually the writing, but the acting is actually night and day. Christopher Eccleston kills it. Jodie Whittaker talks to Dalek, it's like, get off this planet, mate. Like, you know, I told you once, see who I am, all this bravado, like. Whereas you see Christopher Eccleston, the way he reacted when he seen a Dalek for the first time, but then when you realised the Dalek couldn't kill him, then he went on a mad. The way she treats I don't know what it is with Chris Chibnall and family, right? And I'm all for it, like, don't get me wrong, but all these terms,
he's too much.
The way they act, they don't even act like a family, though. That's the thing. There's no family dynamic there whatsoever. I don't know where.
I mean, they were willing to dump her once they got back to Earth that time in Series 11. They're like, all right, peace out, take care. Like they don't want to be with her. Like, and it's like there was, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
well,
they were stuck
would
with
you? Like,
No, but why would you go back with them?
Doctor, I wouldn't get into a TARDIS with, because I would be convinced I'll be dead within a week.
Right. Well, they almost died in space, which was really bad. You're right.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? Like, she almost killed her companion.
Yeah, I know, that cliffhanger was ridiculous anyway.
Like, why would you write that? This is a female doctor. Why would you write that? She almost killed her companions. And then their reaction to her, they should be cursing her out on that friggin' desert planet. Like, get us the F home. Not like, oh, we trust you, doctor. You know what it is? It's them lying to her, bullshitting her because they want to get their ass home. And then the moment they got home in arachnids, are like, peace out.
The actually interesting thing in the actual trailer, we actually heard them actually question her for the first time. Well, I would have questioned her like a long time back. I wouldn't be questioning her now. Who are you? I'd be the
Well, I'm wondering. I have a theory about why they're questioning her. But I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about? Here's the thing: are we allowed to talk about this in detail, like Spyfall, or are they going to be like Strike City? Because
for anybody that doesn't know, I received a strike because I gave away some of the plot in Spyfall. BBC weren't happy, and they gave me YouTube gave me a copyright strike. So we do actually have to be very careful.
You have to talk in code.
What we will say on this channel is whatever is said here right now is rumor and speculation.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, really.
But I know what's going to happen in Spyfall. I already know what's going to happen in Spyfall, and I have said, and I've tried to be positive. I have said, if Chris Chibnall can manage to pull this off, then it's going to be quite an epic season opener. And I have to be honest. It's whether the acting can stand up to it. If the writing is a different level, right, her acting then is going to be exposed. Can she rise to the level that she needs to be? Honestly speaking, I don't think she's that caliber of an actress. I don't know what you guys think. And welcome back, Blue Bonahilvian. Nice to have you back. We've got a bit of a delay.
Is it better now? So. Is it still delaying?
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. Yeah.
All right. Can I say something? I wanted to say something. Do you think Chibnall is repeating what's happened in classic Doctor Who for this series? Like, I got to be careful the way I say it because I don't want you to get striked. And I'm not going to mention certain names, but when Anthony Ainley, right, basically tried to break up the fam with Peter Davison, Tegan Javanka, Nissa, Adric, and he's trying to play them off each other where they're like, this guy's a nut job, I'm not going to travel with this guy, or I can't stand traveling with her. Tried to break them up that way, right? Could it be possible that somebody was like Anthony Ainley's future incarnations is basically pitting them against the Doctor where they're questioning her because now there's somebody here that's another Time Lord and they're questioning like, oh, maybe she ain't all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but I have a feeling that I have a feeling that they're trying to do that. Okay? Well, if that happens.
Well, if you look at Chris Chibnall, he has an actual habit of kind of repeating. If you look at Series 11, you could pick out some episodes that would resemble some classic elements, but and
like Missy kind of pitting Clara against the Doctor, kind of.
Yeah.
Like with the Danny Pink thing.
So we have to be careful what we say, especially after.
I know. I'm not. If you notice, I didn't say.
I know, and I'm dying to. You know what? I would look. You know what? I don't care at this stage, right? I used to be a person that used to hate spoilers and hate people that spoiled anything for me. Right now, I just feel like ruining this whole series.
I feel I'm upset
because
that
nothing matters. Nothing matters. That's why I used to hate spoilers as well. Nothing matters.
You know what it is? You're not allowed to say it, but they'll allow people that they like, that are YouTubers,
to
spoil it, because they're part of the clique.
Yes, and
the
I
team.
know who
You know what
you're
I'm saying?
talking about as well. Yeah,
When I first showed the sonic screwdriver, I could not believe that for the first time in history, my Instagram picture was revoked, and I kept trying to show this thing that was everywhere on the internet, show it, and I wasn't allowed to do it, but I think the Doctor Who show or something like that was allowed to show it constantly on Instagram or whatever was connected with them. And that was kind of messed up because that was like, hey, man, I'm doing stuff about Doctor Who, too. I may not have 1 million subscribers or work with you, but that's not fair, you know?
True.
And I've had my channel get hit, too, like tons of times. And it's ridiculous because, you know, it's like discrimination against, like they should literally drop that copyright strike from you.
I know.
Because I didn't listen to the stream exactly what happened, but I doubt you really caused problems for them. I think they just tried to sound you because they don't like what you have to say, which is wrong. So.
Yeah. Well, in the chat, you got Derek McManus talking about the Radio Times cover the week before the Human Dalek set came out. The BBC are the worst spoilers of all time.
Right.
Yeah, true.
They ruined John Sim in the trailer, for crying out loud.
Right, exactly.
They ruined it for everybody. Ruined it.
I know, yeah, that trailer. I know, yeah. Everybody knew who it was. Get away. They just don't know how to do anything properly. I mean, no Daleks in Series 12, but we've seen Daleks on the bridge, so he's obviously.
Well, here's the thing. They are
special.
Here's the thing. Technically, that special is connected to Series 12. So it is. They are technically a part of, because when they group that together in a box set, it's the specials.
Yeah, I know the special.
It is technically.
When is that special? Is that going to be 2021? Do we know?
Well, here's the thing. That's the insurance policy, because you're going to find out that Doctor Who is going to have a massive delay probably, because for them to hold the special purposely for like 10 months from. Or a couple or 8 months from the finish of Series 12, there's got to be a reason why they're holding on to that special so long. And because she has no idea.
The HBO deal, it's got to be something to do with HBO Max, which is essentially paying for Doctor Who.
No, I think it's because Chibnall they're not filming Series 12 when they're supposed to film Series 12. And they're waiting. Bradley Walsh is busy. This one's busy. She's busy. And I heard too originally when my source said, look, if they don't film by the first week of March, it's danger zone territory, meaning it's 10 months to make this stuff. So you're going to have a year it's not on. So what better way to fool everybody than to put a special on our face when Series 13 should technically start, and then you wait 10 months from that special, which is insane.
Be honest with you, season 11 was just so freaking awful. I've really enjoyed the year of it not being here. You know, like the Big Finish has been really good this year. It's been, and now it's coming back. Like Noel was saying, I'm not excited. I'm like just like tense, and like no, I'm like I'm not looking forward to it. I really want it to be good, but I'm not looking forward to it at all.
There's nothing there.
She
has a bow tie. Big deal. She has a bow tie.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And can't she just dress like a woman? I mean, what's the point in casting a woman to play the Doctor and then have her like this androgynous being?
Because it's supposed to be that the Doctor just is too busy to realize he's a woman, and he's just doing his thing and just dressing whatever. Like, just because he regenerates into a woman doesn't mean he feels like a woman. He has no idea how to feel. Like Missy had to learn.
Casting a woman to play the Doctor, is there? It's just. Was it?
I've actually had that debate about the Doctor wearing trousers like a man. I was like basically saying, why can't they put her in a dress? What is wrong with actually putting the first female Doctor in a dress?
Well, the second female Doctor, Chibnall's probably going to have her regenerate into another female before he goes.
Oh, don't say that. We don't need that crap.
No, it's probably happening.
No,
It's
no.
probably
I
happening.
think you're right.
No,
Yeah,
I heard a rumor.
That's probably
I
like
heard a rumor
95%.
that the next female doctor will be a woman of color as
It's
well.
probably like 95. Here's the thing: you have a female logo in the Doctor Who thing. They're going to change the logo again? No, it's a female doc. It's going to be another female.
Oh, we've
telling
got
you.
Blue Bonnet back again, and this time she's on a computer, so we should be good.
All right. Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yay! Now
Yay.
we can actually hear you.
It drove me crazy. I had to bring out the whiskey. I'm sorry.
There you go.
No problem. Well, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
No, actually, I want to go back to what you were saying about if Jodie has the acting talent. I don't know if that's the case. You know what I think is really the problem? Is that she doesn't know what the part is. She has an idea of what the part is, but she has no real knowledge of it. And she's playing it like a children's, like a very, very simplistic caricature of a character. And it's like children's TV. And she's always talking down to people. And she doesn't know what's going on. Can you imagine Jodie Whittaker doing the Tom Baker speech from Genesis of the Dalek, where he's holding the two wires?
God, no.
You can't. She wouldn't even understand it.
I blame Chibnall, though, and I keep telling Noel this. I blame Chibnall because she wasn't allowed to watch it.
That's right. She
or
wasn't
reference
allowed.
It.
Yeah,
So I can't hold her. Listen, I can't hold her accountable for a rule being set in motion that she's not allowed to watch it. Now, mind you, if she did watch it, she would be so much better at it. But we don't know for sure. Like, she said something like she was going, while she was on her first break that time, she was going to binge watch it. Now, again, everybody's vouching her, like, off the Darvel and everything, like she's going to be so much better. Like, maybe she did binge watch it. Maybe she's good at. I hope so. Because, again, Chibnall, I got to tell you, for Chibnall, David Tennant was one of the best doctors because he's been training for the role since like 4 or 5, watching it on TV.
It's the same with Capaldi.
Yeah.
He did
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So why would you hinder your actress, your lead, from giving her the tools she needs to succeed?
Because he wants her to play it like he wants her to play it.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly.
Yes, and that's wrong, though.
Yeah, that's wrong. I know.
Absolutely wrong.
And that's what makes him probably the biggest problem that we have with Doctor Who right now. I mean, I don't know where
he's not all that nice.
If Series 12 ends up being a train wreck, I don't know where the show technically goes from here. I know they'll drag it on.
He's not all that nice. He was not happy that she did that song at all.
Yeah.
Really?
He got very. I understand.
That's great publicity. What's wrong with it?
Listen, she said that her co-workers didn't like that she was doing this. I doubt Bradley Walsh was pissed. I doubt Tossin Cole was pissed, and I doubt Amanda Gill was pissed. I do know for a fact that he said he did not want to have a Doctor Who trailer connected to her song. He's not going to connect to his Doctor Who. So he made it on Doctor Who Day. But they were supposed to do a whole different thing besides the kid, and he was not having it. So the thing is, he is very, very controlling. And I think that relationship is not squeaky clean now like it was. Because he's all about Doctor Who his way. And
he's a control freak.
Pretty much. I got to tell you, here's the thing, though. Moffat was like that, too. Because with Moffat, Peter Capaldi kept stepping in and saying, I don't want Jenna Louise Coleman to go. I don't want Jenna Louise Coleman to go. He already wrote the script that she was gone. And he kept saying it, and he said to Moffat's like, all right, I guess I'll have to change the scripts, whatever, right? So when she stayed, he had to shred those scripts. On the fly, he had to rewrite those scripts. So subconsciously, he put stuff in there that you could not stand Clara. That, because all this was ahead of time. She's responsible for Danny Pink dying because she's on the phone. All these different things. Like, he knew she was leaving, ahead of time. So he made it where, like, you couldn't stand her. She's doing all this crazy stuff. So subconsciously, he sabotaged his own character. Just like, Danny Pink, something happened with the actor, with him, when they went on tour, that he was supposed to be in the next season because they had kids together. And, he changed the whole thing because something pissed him off. Just like he changed the whole thing with Amy almost having a romance with the doctor, and then all of a sudden, midway, boom.
I'm actually glad he changed that. But...
No, me too. But it's just a thing where it's the ego. It's the thing, like, implementing stuff in Doctor Who. So, with Capaldi, Capaldi was on him. I want the Mondasian Cybermen. But there was that one script that Gatiss did the last minute that he hated Capaldi, right? Supposedly,
which one did he hate?
Sleep No More, right? They were waiting for Gatiss for the longest time to put this script together. Everything was done but Gatiss' script. He said he literally did it in 24 hours, right? Which there was a tweeting thing that Capaldi never flips out, but he was pissed because he felt like this was crap, right? There's a scene, if you look at that scene at the end of Sleep No More, you got to question why a complete stranger that doesn't know what the TARDIS is grabbing the doctor to stick him in a box to get away from the creature, because they never finished it. He was waving his hand. I don't know what the hell was going on. That wasn't him talking as the doctor. That was him talking as Peter Capaldi. Like, when would the doctor say, I don't know what the hell was going on?
Right.
Peter Capaldi was like, I don't know what the hell's going on. And next thing you know...
you notice how he was looking into the camera, it was really obvious. Like, he was not happy.
He was pissed. And they had the actors that didn't even know what a TARDIS is. They all pushed him in the box, and the TARDIS took off. This thing where he walked off set, it was never finished. He was pissed at Gatiss. He's like, this is ridiculous. We have a professional program like Doctor Who that, how do you write this crap? And they never finished it. So how would you have it that the Doctor just leaves the villain to take over the planet or whatever? It was ridiculous. So Moffat's like, you got to write a sequel to this. You got to fix this. And then Gatiss got pissed. And he's like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I want the Ice Warriors. And Moffat's like, no. And then he's like, listen. Then it got to a point where Gatiss is like, we're doing this or I'm not doing nothing. So then he did the Ice Warrior thing, like the next thing. But there's stuff that happens on set that if you got to pay attention to see what's going on, because you can see exactly where things are going wrong. And there's no way that was supposed to happen like that. There's no way the Doctor would ever say, I don't know what's going on, with his hands up in the air, and complete strangers throw me inside a box that they don't even know that it's bigger on the inside.
That happens literally every week in season 11.
Oh, they had a big fight with the BBC.
I don't know what's going on.
They had a big fight with the BBC, and they almost walked that time. And that was put into a magazine, just like Chaos in Cardiff happens, but they're trying to diffuse it. But then what happened? He got the HBO Max deal, so guess what? He's like this. And they can't do anything, because if he leaves, that deal is over. HBO Max deal is over. The China deal is over, because they like Broadchurch. They like Life on Mars. They like this guy.
And so everybody wants a deal with HBO. It's like the hip thing to do.
Yeah.
So he goes like this, and they're like, we want a Christmas special. And he's like, no. And they're constant little battles with the BBC with him, because he is, and they're like, this is a mistake that we're going to have a Christmas special. People are pissed. You start having David Tennant now. And Russell T. Davies, they're like, it sucks that there's no Christmas special, because it's a mistake. They should not do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there should be a Christmas special.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. Actually, talking about, we'll just change this. We'll get back to this Series 12 conversation, because we do have plenty to say about it. But let's change it up a little bit, and let's talk about Christmas specials. It's nice timing, actually, Matrix Lord. So let's discuss favorite Christmas specials. Now, for me, I'll just start off, if you don't mind, but one of my favorite Christmas specials, I think it's in me top two. It's the Voyage of the Damned, and
that's a good one.
The Christmas Invasion, David Tennant's first one. Yeah, they're my two favorite ones.
That was like Christmas Invasion at the top, because it introduced the Doctor. It got that little segment added, and it showed off how, like, when it comes together, he's the Doctor, and boom, let's go. Yeah. Got my hand chopped off, it doesn't matter, let's go. It was like, oh, he's gonna be great, So I love Christmas Invasion. Love it. Yeah, End of Time, though, too. End of Time got me with the feels right there, man. End of Time, I was like, oh, God.
I have problems with that regeneration, as you do know. I think
really?
It's because he's there, right. Wilf is in the the cubicle thing, right? The gas is about to bloody kill him or whatever it is, the stuff, right? And he's there saying, "Why me? Why are we? Why?"
Well,
It's a whiny doctor.
Hang on.
there's a real reason
Oh
behind
no,
it.
but it
Though.
doesn't matter. He's a war veteran. Get in there now and regenerate. Like, stop being a
No, but
pussy.
see, here's the thing. You gotta listen. The thing is, this doctor fell in love, and he can't have her. Then his best friend had to erase her memory. He's traumatized. He got so traumatized, he had a nervous breakdown because he wanted to save that woman from dying in a fixed point that he almost became the Valyard, like inches away from becoming the Valyard.
I agree. I think it showed a more
Right.
selfish side of the doctor, which was interesting.
He just had
Very
enough.
selfish.
I know, but I was just.
He had enough.
Yeah, I know, but it's Wilf. It's Wilf.
But it goes to show even Matt Smith played it perfectly too because the 11th Doctor had enough. Here it is. You got this eye patch woman messing with his best friend, his best friend's husband, right? Like taking the kid, River, like making them miserable, and he can't do nothing about it. So he gets so dark. He builds a whole goddamn army. He starts talking crap. Like, I'm gonna wreck people. He put them all strategically through time in different things. He saved Strax. He did this. He got his whole army to take on. Good Man Goes to War, right? Because he got pissed, right? Same thing with Capaldi, like different things, right? So, like, David Tennant, it just so happened that Doctor, all this stuff happened lined up. The Master, everything, right? And it just culminated into him just like, like for once. I have so much to do. He just lost it. He just lost it.
I get that. But it's then, even after that, then he goes.
But he did, though. He did go in there and regenerate
as if he deserves it. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I know.
You know, it was just.
But he did go in there. He did the right thing. He regenerated.
This twat.
Well,
just regenerate with him, and it's Wilf. It's Wilf. Now, I did like the moment where Wilf kind of sees him off. That made me cry.
That was sad.
Yeah,
I mean, the rose thing. I like that.
Say
good old Wilf.
The only good elements to that story to me were when actually David Tennant and Bernard Gribbons were actually together. Those scenes with Wilf and Tennant.
that was beautiful.
On the ship.
Yeah, was that absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Brilliant.
But Timothy Dalton, that was beautiful too, though.
Yeah, it really was. He's great as Rassilon.
The narration of it, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I'm just so sad they dropped all those plot threads they set up with the weeping, with whoever the woman was who was supposed to be the mother, the weeping out.
Well, here's the thing. This is the first time in history.
Awesome.
No, but there's a reason. It was the first time in history that we got to learn that somebody has say with Doctor Who that told Russell T Davies no. Like somebody. He was going to make the woman his mother.
Right, that's why I heard
that too. Right in the end, and someone emerged that had control, power to overrule Russell T Davies to say, you cannot do that. I won't allow it. And you're like, who the hell is this? But someone is there that has say from the past of the show that they would not budge. So he just had to say the woman. But that was supposed to be the thing that he sees his mother, somehow she survived, so there's hope. That was the thing. He looked at her like, "Oh my God, my mom's alive. If she survived this, I could win the day. I could save the day. I could do this." So that was the whole thing.
That makes so much more sense than what's on screen.
It was supposed to be his mother. It was definitely supposed to be his mother. And there was a hint that the reason she was talking to him was that he escaped the Time War, Bernard Crimmins, because he was a soldier that was lost, that didn't be part of the war. Not that he was his father, but that he was just a Time Lord. So they would tie it in where the reason why the Metacrisis thing came to Donna Noble, because she's kind of part Time Lord, because it's skipped a generation with Sylvia, and then it went on to Donna Noble.
Oh, that could make a lot of sense,
Yeah, that works better than what was on screen.
And that was the thing, kind of, they were mates. They were like brother and sister, kind of. You know? That they were mates. They were destined. You know? And Dalek Sec saw all this because they're probably family, really, somewhere down the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. But, again, she has, Donna Noble, that was another thing. I have to make one complaint about the End of Time, and that is that I'm really pissed that they did not get a makeup person for like Catherine Tate. because they made her look fabulous like a superhero in series 4, and then it made her look so different with the makeup, like they just didn't it was like what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? She looked like posters and everything, and now but there was things didn't get resolved. She has regeneration energy with her because she blasted the master. Like that was regeneration energy. It's still there, meaning that regeneration is not used up. It's there, sitting in there, in that whatever it be, the brooch or whatever. It's there.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. So
very interesting, actually.
Yeah.
This is why I love having you on. You come up with very interesting. But I did hear that rumor about the mother. I didn't know they were actually thinking of actually doing it, and he was overruled.
He got overruled. I was like, wow, that was crazy. They even took the other part out of the Tardis. Like he was supposed to give him a chunk of Tardis. They cut that.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that's when they deleted the scene.
That's how he got.
They don't want that. They don't want that. They don't want anybody to be like, oh, there's another Doctor, because they don't want to diminish the character of the Doctor that they're traveling in a TARDIS, because it's like if you don't like this Doctor, we could watch this one. They don't want that. They cut that whole thing out of there.
That was an interesting scene. Right. Actually, that was.
Yeah. I the reason they cut it out because they didn't want to do Rose spin-offs. Like they were going to do a Rose spin-off, I think a year or so earlier. Yeah, right. But yeah. I think they realized if we put that in, then it's always going to be some kind of possibility you could do some kind of alternate thing, and I don't think they want.
Well, they should do. They should
wanted that to happen.
They should do a dark spin-off of that, because here's the thing: that's not the Doctor. It's the Doctor, but with part Donna Noble in it a little bit. And the first instance, that Meta-Crisis Doctor was going to destroy an entire race. Genocide. So it's not the Doctor. And here it is, he dumps her in this alternate world with this person that looks like him, but it's not him, okay? And this is what's going to happen. He's human. So he's going to be running around trying to save things. He's going to get shot. It's over. So either that or she's going to get killed, and then that he could be the Valyard. We're just talking, Paul. Just talking, man. I'm just talking in general, man. We know it's not true, bro. We're just talking, man. No worries, man.
You know what, Paul?
It's because of the passion of loving Doctor Who to talking about Doctor Who. That's what it is. Because if you don't love Doctor Who like we do, like, we're saying this because we love talking about it. It's like, ooh, the gears are going in our brain. So we're coming up with this stuff. If nobody was coming up with stuff, it'd be boring. What could you talk about?
Nah, Paul. I love Paul.
I love Paul too. I'm just like, it's not for
he has a thing for fan. What's it?
Fan theories.
Just think that if that Meta-Crisis Doctor went to Donna Noble and got that regeneration energy, right? We could technically have him regenerate into a bearded Matt Smith. That I remember, I got chills when I seen that scene. He's like, "You could build the biggest prison, it won't be enough." And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's great!" He looked like menacing, but he had even Mr. Clever. As Mr. Clever, he was amazing, Matt Smith. So just imagine a dark Doctor like Matt Smith.
It's like a parallel universe Doctor.
Right. But that guy could be the Valyard. The Meta-Crisis Doctor.
Spock.
The Meta-Crisis Doctor could be the Valyard. Can't regenerate, needs regenerations.
Well, the was it Big Finish did to
they did.
Doctors.
They tried to explain it, right, with the trial of Valyard.
You're gonna like this next one, Matrix Lord.
Come on, Paul. You know what, Paul? In another universe, I'm not blind.
That's right.
That's right. Another universe, you love me.
If there's a parallel multiple universe, that's good. That's good.
And we know there's multiple universes in Doctor Who because of Inferno and the David Tennant episode when they saw the Cybermen. Yep.
Love Inferno, actually, I have to say, good class.
And Mark Gatiss is the master in Big Finish in an alternate universe too. So.
Yeah, maybe we could have Stephen Moffat back in another universe. All is forgiven, mate. Come back, please.
Really?
Yeah, tell you. Hasn't his star risen now because of Tim?
I kind of wish that Matt Smith would just do that one season we were supposed to get,
Oh, I know.
where
I would take that.
Moffat had planned all this to be explained in one series, and it never happened. So he had to explain the whole Madame Bavarian thing in 2 sentences in that special. Oh yeah, she was just mad at you, so she traveled along your timeline, devoted your life, joined the church to screw with you. And it's like, wait, what? Why would anybody do that? So like that whole thing, we lost a whole series of explaining the weeping angels, this, that. It was supposed to all culminate into an explanation. How did you have enough energy to channel Amy Pond's Ganger outside of the universe into this? Who gave you the energy? Omega. Who was Madame Bavarian working with? Probably Omega. You know, it's like, but they didn't explain things. So it's like, you know.
Who would you cast as Omega now today?
I still say the voice in the Tardis was Omega too. Omega. That's what I say. And we never had that series. Lost it all. Oh well.
Actually, there was a very interesting series because I was doing a video the other day on 8 Doctor Who failed attempts to bring Doctor Who to the big screen. And there was actually one that was actually going to bring back Omega. It was a K9 movie.
They're allowed to.
Oh, right. Yeah,
this is the weird thing. The BBC kind of screwed up. And we're not allowed to talk about, like, we're not allowed to have Omega in an episode. We're not allowed to have the Ronnie. You have to spend extra money. Even Moffat got sued, got in trouble, that the BBC had to shell out a lot of cash because he has this fascination with the Brigadier, and they were not allowed to say that guy was the Brigadier's grandfather or father or something.
Get out of here!
So there was a lawsuit with that. Like flat out, that
Why?
the creator of the Brigadier said, "I didn't authorize this," and they had to do some crap. It was a thing out there. They had to pay some money or make some deals, or this is why all of a sudden you see, oh my God, there's Brigadier stories everywhere. It's like, you know, they had to do some type of payment or something.
Oh, was it? Derek McManus just said Charles Dance as Omega. Fantastic casting.
Yes. Charles Dance is an excellent actor.
I agree, actually.
I would love to see him as the Master. I really would.
He'd be a good Master as well. Yeah, he could play any villain in Doctor Who.
He should be the Master to Jodie Whittaker's Doctor.
Oh, will you stop?
Too good. Oh my God.
They're not going to come here.
If you did a trailer,
the reason why we got Lenny Henry is because he's not a great actor. Let's be honest here, right? The reason why we got Stephen Fry is because he's not in that much, and it's a bit of a coup. And what I've heard, without no, I can't say because I got a copyright strike for that as well. But
can't you fight that?
Not yet. I'm still deciding whether to fight or not. I'm not doing that copyright school business. They can go and kiss
you know, once they copyright strike you, they're going to keep doing it.
I know they will.
And you check that, like, you got to tell them. I mean, you can do what you want, but if you don't say something to them, because again, they shouldn't have done that to you.
Well, I kind of did give away most of the plot to Skyfall, so I suppose.
So did everybody else.
You know?
So did everybody else.
I mean,
you're the one that got played.
Well, I told everybody the ending of the cliffhanger. Like, you know how it ends as well, don't you?
Right. Well, you saw my video. Did they strike me? No. But I kind of did it when they can't.
The BBC picks and chooses who they're going to punish.
They can't really flag my video because I made it so jimbly juice. Like, you didn't know what the hell was happening. You'd have to watch Doctor Who to know what the hell I was saying.
Yeah. Interesting, though. But I don't know what more it is. How do I put it? Stephen Fry is in it, but see the clip that you're seeing? That's probably his whole cameo, probably a little bit more.
Wasted. Totally wasted.
Oh, he's not in it that much. Oh.
Yeah, it says, well, I already figured that.
Sorry BBC.
That's ridiculous.
Oh,
most people figured that.
I forgot to add. It's rumor and speculation. Sorry, it's rumor and speculation.
Oh, God.
I'm screwed now. I'm only messing now. Look, people are gonna say it anyway. What's the big? I don't know what the big deal is anyway. They always spoil movies with about 15 trailers. Why can't I spoil Doctor Who for everybody?
You already did. They spoiled that John Sim came back.
Because you know what it is? I reckon
Yeah.
they want to be able to have the defense of saying that the reason it didn't do well is because it was spoiled by YouTubers.
Oh,
That's why they
Richard.
came after you.
Listen, if you did a trailer that you said the Master was back, let's just say if the Master was back, people
Yeah.
are like, oh, I can't wait to see Series 12. No?
Oh, yeah.
Right, you're
Probably,
helping them, so I'm not understanding what their problem is.
Actually, that is true. I was actually, you know, I put it up. A lot of people did see the video, so a lot of people actually know what I said. You know, I didn't use any BBC photographs. I didn't use the actual information that I got. I just put it in my own words through a 52-second video up, and the next day I get told by everybody, your video's been taken down, and then I showed everybody the screenshots. Apparently, I gave away trade secrets. That's all.
Whatever.
Give me a
Whatever.
Trade,
I mean,
trade
speaking of
secrets.
somebody who missed the video and doesn't know, if the
I want to
Master
see your
wouldn't
video. You
be
got to
back-
send me your video. I want it because I never
Yeah,
saw it.
send
I
it
want
to me too.
I don't
I
know
didn't
either.
actually get to see
I
it.
want to see exactly because I want to look at this and I want to see how the hell they did that.
Okay, I will. I did.
But in the future, talk in code, man.
Yeah, I know.
Screw that.
I know.
But
I know.
my question is, if they would do something like bring the Master back, would you think it'd be played by a man or a woman?
She knows, make it. No,
I think it would be a man because they wanted something, well,
men are evil.
yeah, that's probably, you're probably
obviously.
not wrong on that.
She needs
That's
to
probably exactly
mansplain
why
that
they would
some
do that.
bitch.
How I'll
Exactly.
put it is Michelle Gomez will not be coming back to Series 12. So you could take.
By the way, that Michelle Gomez Big Finish box set, freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
I
That was
bet.
fantastic.
I mean, it's controversial, but I loved her as the Master. I'm sorry.
too.
I
wasn't
just
even
did.
Master. She was absolutely a
I
I
got
didn't
the
want
chills.
to, but
I got the
I
chills
did.
when she said that line's being Capaldi. I got the chills.
oh, what do you mean in Dark Water or?
A Death and was it
Yeah, I just
Dark
watched
Water,
it yesterday because I
I
actually
wouldn't be
found
called
that.
a master, would I? I was like,
Yeah, I actually
I got
found that
you.
DVD at the Dollar Tree yesterday,
that.
and I bought it. But I watched it yesterday, and yeah, that part was amazing. I mean, I'm sorry, it's controversial, but I didn't want to.
I don't think it's controversial.
Listen,
The Master's the Master. I don't think it's
You
controversial.
don't put
Look,
her
no matter what my feelings are, I have said she's a great actress, but I think she just played a deranged Mary Poppins as a different
But you
character.
know what? The Master is
I love
that
that.
sadistic. Hold on. The
I
Master
know,
is
but-
sadistic because the
I
Master,
know,
just
I
to
know,
shock the shit out of the Doctor for that one moment, said that he got an upgrade, meaning he changed the regeneration like the Sisterhood of Karn said, man or woman, big or tall. He got an upgrade to purposely become a female just to screw with the Doctor. So like that was the whole point.
I've never thought about it that way before, but that is
Yeah.
perfect.
that is
That
perfect.
makes sense. Yeah,
Like,
that makes
screw with them.
But then in I think was it the second Capaldi series, Moffat changed everything that you could instantly regenerate, change gender.
Wow.
Remember that they had the
Listen.
Chancellery Guard or something was shot and then he regenerated into a woman. Everyone, oh wow, Doctor could be a woman.
The Master was
That
always. You knew the Master was going to become a woman because, like, give us a kiss. Give us a kiss. Like, just imagine, like,
Right.
David Tennant's Doctor. He became a
actually,
woman. He would totally.
I really
screw.
think that she aimed. I think she had the elements of Amy, she had elements of Delgado, and she also
Yes.
had elements
Delgado
of,
definitely.
John Sim.
She was perfect.
And
You know,
Delgado, I have to admit,
really
Delgado and Michelle Gomez are my two favorite Masters, and I know
perfect.
that's crazy, but they're very similar, even though one's a female, and I'm just like,
But she won though. Here's the thing, right? She defeated him in the in Series 8, and he's like, you win, and because all she wanted to do was to be his friend. She's like, here's your army.
Yeah,
Happy
right.
Yeah,
birthday.
that was crazy.
She won. She won. She defeated him finally. And then she had the Vortex Manipulator on, absorbs the blast, doesn't get killed by the Brigadier.
right, but
Just like
we
the
all thought,
Daleks.
we all knew better, but yeah, it seemed
Right.
like he killed her, but
The Dalek
obviously-
shooter,
Yeah.
Vortex Manipulator, absorbs the blast. The Master shoots her, Vortex Manipulator, absorbs the blast. You will see the Master again.
But I don't think there'll be another actor as good as Roger Delgado. I'm sorry, I don't think
No.
there'll ever be. I mean, he was amazing, and so
if this person, if there is a master in this season, and if it is that person, I'm not really crazy about that person.
Who is the person?
We can't say because of
I think you mentioned it before. I don't really know the actor, so I can't really
put it in the
comment.
private chat, I would appreciate that, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
Here's the stupid thing about it is, right, is Matrix Lord has actually done videos on this person months
ago.
Right? Like, I've done videos on this person months ago. We never got a copyright strike. All of a sudden, Series 12's coming up, and all of us we're getting strikes left, right, centre, videos being flagged.
Right, because
is that my video when I did that?
I've already told everybody who's playing the
But that video that I did, I was not.
And I remember what you said, but I don't know the actor.
That video that I did, I was told before I was not allowed to say it, right? So I was trying to. You saw the video. I released it anyway. Right? Mm-hmm. I was like, we were talking, and they were telling me I can't say it. So I was like, trying to be hinting around, like, oh, is this? But, and then the video, they're like, you can't say that. We're not allowed. And I'm like, oh, come on. But I did release the video like a day or two later. But I wasn't going to hold on to the video, and they didn't strike me, no.
Paul said the news about the new master is out.
I haven't seen anything, but I haven't been keeping
up. What?
Sarah.
Well, I don't really care at this stage, right? So there you go. Spoiler! I'm only messing. It's obviously, look, it's been rumored. Actually,
the master doesn't like the fam.
Actually,
he's gonna break up the fam.
Actually, sorry, this isn't a spoiler. The newspapers have actually reported on this person too. So, Matrix Lord, go ahead, because the newspapers have mentioned this person. So if you'd like to. Go ahead. I'll still get the strike anyway if I do get one. But
let's just say somebody is manipulating things behind the scenes. They say, I am the blah and you will obey me. And they probably interfere in this part of the cliffhanger. And they don't want the doctor to have anybody because if you remember, the doctor dumped Missy and left her there. So if the Missy's going to regenerate, she's going to be pretty pissed. She becomes a man, possibly, and goes to mess with the doctor and break up him and his friends.
And you can actually mention the actor's name because the actor's name
Sasha Dewan.
Yeah, I don't know much of what the guy's done, so I wouldn't know.
No, I'm not.
I'll look him up to see. Adventure in Time and Space.
He was in Dracula.
Yeah, he was in it,
right?
He was in Iron Fist.
What character are you playing in Adventure in Time and Space?
He played
Boris Hussein.
Yeah.
He's in Dracula.
Okay, I remember.
He's in Dracula with Moffat. He's in
I haven't watched that, so.
Well, nobody has. It's not out yet.
Oh, it's not out. Okay.
Yeah. But it's in the cast list, and he was in Iron Fist. Which is
I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch
that. Again, we will just say that this is just rumor and speculation. This is what the newspaper have mentioned this person's name. I just want to get that out there that we're just speculating here because that's who has been named. And as Paul says,
now because it's out, we need you, the BBC, to unstrike this guy. Damn it!
Yes, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, but I still gave the cliffhanger away.
Oh, who cares?
How did I?
I know, but the game.
And I talked in code though. Like I was like, like if I flat out said it.
Look, I don't talk in code.
I don't like to do it either, but
out there, I don't care. The BBC can go and suck my little finger. I don't care about them. The organisation is as corrupt as anything out there. They can't even
absolutely. They really are.
Do that and decent. And what I've heard about Dracula. We were all in for the biggest woke fest that I've ever seen in my life. Apparently,
really?
I saw the trailer.
Dracula is going to be bisexual now.
Right? Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, you didn't hear that?
They've reported it.
Really?
Because Mark Gaddis said that he saw a scene with Christopher Lee years ago that he thought, was gay. And so, yeah.
That's what it is. When I saw that stuff happen in True Blood, I couldn't watch it anymore.
Oh yeah, that was. I like True Blood, but it got
I got to that part with Eric, and I'm like, ah!
Yeah, right. Because I mean, same with me.
Blind. Yeah. What happened? I couldn't watch it.
He was a cool character. Why do they do that?
It's one thing if the person is gay. That's the showrunner. But do you have to make the whole thing?
Well, yeah, and the guy that did True Blood was, so yeah. I mean,
but it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I know, but they're gonna do that. Like Ryan Murphy from American Horror Story, the same thing.
And they try to do like Anne Rice. They trying to say that they were bisexual too, right?
Well, yeah, the Interview with the Vampire books, they were all bisexual.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
right. Yeah, I just don't play that because, like, there's no amount of time I would live that would change my sexual orientation.
Exactly.
Right. Well, it's like I guess it's like you become a vampire. It's like being in jail.
Yeah, no. I'm fine.
100 years. I was like, oh, let me do something different.
Right. I'm in alive for 500 years. Hey,
hey, man. Let's get corpses. Let's see what happens. Jesus.
Oh.
Clean those fingernails, Dracula. God.
Yeah, no.
Just because you're undead doesn't mean you have to look undead. Like, you need a mani and a petty. Because those nails, that looks tough.
I've even seen the
well, in the music that they chose too.
It doesn't look anything that would appeal to me.
Why? What is it? Why?
They're trying to make it trendy because they're using Iggy Pop's "Lust for Life" in the.
For Christ's sake!
Yeah, like that song hasn't been overused. Come on.
Although I'd say the BBC's A Christmas Carol, I'm about halfway through it. Freaking awesome.
Is it?
Is Capaldi in that one, or is he in another show?
That's a ghost story that's going to be on tonight sometime. No, the Christmas Carol's by the guy who did Peaky Blinders and Taboo.
Oh, okay. We talked about that.
And Guy Pearce is in it as well. Guy Pearce is in it.
I like Guy Pearce.
Yeah, Guy Pearce is Scrooge. And what's it? I can't remember the guy. The guy from This Is England is Marley. It's really good. Really recommend it.
Yeah, I always like the Albert Finney version of Scrooge.
Okay, nothing like this. This is
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's darker.
And the thing is, it's very traditional. Very, very. This is the guy who should be doing Doctor Who, because it's like traditional. It understands the source material. It's completely fresh, completely contemporary, and it's really scary. It's a genuine horror story.
Doctor Who is so interesting.
It really is.
Now we're talking about Dracula.
We're talking about Christmas Carol.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
Dracula.
It's actually sad. But here, let's talk about something actually that we are. Well, I know I'm looking forward to it, and it'll be interesting to see. I know Blue Bonnet Hoovian is, but Ghostbusters Afterlife. Obviously, we got the first proper trailer. What did you guys think? Firstly, I will say it brought me back to my childhood. To be quite honest, I had a bit of an '80s feel to it. I know some fans had a problem with the fact that it didn't have the Ghostbusters theme going through the trailer. I actually thought it worked better without the Ghostbusters, because I've seen a fan-made one where they've actually put the Ghostbusters music in it, and it actually throws the whole trailer off. So I liked it. It gave me enough to tell me that, that this is worth watching. Now, I know a trailer can be deceiving, but I'm cautiously optimistic for Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, I know. And what do you guys think actually about?
I think I'm going to see it like an SJW goes and sees a woke movie. Like, they support. They actually don't go and see it, but like just because it's anti-woke. Just because all the blue mark crowd on Twitter are so mad they got my money. If they could have the worst movie ever, I'm still going to see it. It's okay.
I mean, I was concerned because I was like, before all this happened, you heard like there'd be all these young kids being Ghostbusters, and I'm like, oh God, what is this? It's just Stranger Things. They tinted. This is why they took it from Stranger Things, that they're all wearing the Ghostbuster outfits, and then you hire one of the kids from Stranger Things to be a Ghostbuster, like a future ghost. So I was like, but then now that I heard that the synopsis is that Harold Ramis is Egon Spangler's kid, the mother, and she had kids, which is the grandkids, right? That it's his house, it's his estate. He retired there. He went to this place, and he has all the proton packs and all this stuff over there. I am very interested in it, but I do hope that it isn't just the kids going around with the thing. I hope that the Ghostbusters are heavily involved in it, like not just like, oh hey kid, Let us help you. I don't want them to see them show up at the end and help. I want them to be throughout the movie, but I don't know what that's. I don't know if it's going to happen like that. I really hope Paul Rudd puts on the Ghostbuster uniform on and shows them how to do it or whatever. But I don't know. I'm kind of mixed. I think I liked it, but when I showed it to Sharon, she was like, "What is this? This isn't Ghostbusters. What is this?" And it's true though, because Ghostbusters was always humorous and funny, and Bill Murray was hysterical, and he's the one that got them. You're gonna do this, Ray, with your money, and you're gonna do this. He was the one that the mastermind behind it all, like getting them to do these things. Like he was like, Ray, you're gonna do this. Egon, you're gonna do this. And with the joking around and everything, you don't have that now. So it's like, where's the humor with that? It's gone. So is this really Ghostbusters? You don't have that group. You know, the humor, it just, and it was scary too, which I see he's trying to make it scary, like with the trying to make that fear again, not like the friggin' slime in the second one, but like actually scary. So I don't know, man. It could go either way.
Yeah, and listen, it's a teaser trailer. It's
Right.
I think the next trailer is going to have a lot more Ghostbustering in it. I mean, this is to pique your interest. I think the next one's going to pull you in more. That's what I'm saying. As I said, they've got the right people angry to get my money.
I mean, I think
like
it's Zool or Gozer. I think the dog on top of the thing that was like what like the dogs from Ghost, like Zool, Gozer. I mean, I think they're coming back. I think that's what the villain's going to be. I'm hoping anyway.
Well, they said in the trailer they haven't been in Ghost for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll need to come back and help these kids. You never know.
I hope so.
I hope they do get a bigger role, or they're even helping teach these kids.
Yes.
That'll satisfy me. And hopefully Paul Rudd puts on that Ghostbusters.
I'm hoping that too. I really am, because that would make it for me.
I just want to see it on him, and I wouldn't mind seeing the lads that are left.
I still wish they would have did. I still wish they had Oscar in it, and I wish Oscar was like Seth Rogen. You know what I mean? Like, because that would have been hysterical that they wouldn't let him put the Ghostbuster thing on. He would be joking around like Bill Murray. Plus, Bill Murray's character was raising Oscar, so he'd be exactly like Bill Murray, basically.
That would be funny.
Peter Venkman, and then of course he's like a stoner, and like his friends from This Is the End and all that. He's like, want to put the proton packs on? Let's go.
I could get behind that. That would be great.
I can see that.
Yeah.
James Franco putting on a proton pack. All of them. I can see that would be.
That was rumored, though. That was rumored. I don't think they were ever going to go down that route, though.
They would screw up, and they would make the next coming of Gozer. That'd be hysterical. You'd be like, "Oops!" And it would be the best. You should, and I always said they should have Peter Venkman as the mayor of New York, so that way it's easy.
Yeah.
And of course Sigourney Weaver is like the first, like whatever. So like they're married, and he's like, oh God, and they do something, and of course he funds the Ghostbusters because he's the mayor. So he's like, okay, that'll be the perfect thing. He didn't have to put the suit on; he would be the mayor.
We've got a comment there from Super John. Super John, as far as I know, I think he has actually signed up. I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he? I don't know.
I heard he retired. So
he comes out
his wife died, right? And he took care of the kids.
His wife died.
He gave up acting and everything.
But they have been trying to get him back. They tried to get him back in 2016. He was having none of it. But I think what he has said is he won't come back unless the rest of them come back. And the rest of them have already agreed to come back. So I think he has agreed. I think
it may just be a cameo, but at least he.
I mean, he did that TV show, didn't he?
He did do a TV
Goldberg,
show. What was it?
Goldberg's, right?
Yeah, he did the Goldberg.
Yeah. He was in one episode of that.
He does do voice work and animated stuff. I know, like he's making money, a paycheck.
I'd love to see him back on screen.
I love Spaceballs. I'm sorry. I like that movie. I love Rick Moranis. Yeah.
So I'd love to see him back. It's like another old cat. It doesn't matter how big of a part they had in the Ghostbusters franchise. If they were in it before, bring them back. Why not? And
not that it's off topic. What is off topic? But I do agree with Jeff Goldblum. I do want them to say that Jeff Goldblum's brother, he had a twin brother, so they could do another Fly movie. I would be all for that if they said that brother was like marketing and whatever, and he just tries to make money off of, Brundle Fly, Seth Brundle's machine.
Yeah.
I would be all for another Fly movie because the second one sucked.
The first one was good. The first one was good. The second one was okay. I don't know if they should
the second one. I love the first one. The first one is absolutely.
First one was great.
Yeah,
David
I love the
you can't go wrong.
movies anyway. So to see the Jeff Goldblum ones.
I mean, the next Jurassic World movie is going to be excellent because they're all in it. The original Jurassic Park, everybody's in it again with the new guys. So, the next Jurassic World is going to be awesome. So,
Oh, Annie Potts is back as Janine as well.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Brilliant.
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They're all signing up for this movie. This is why I have high hopes.
Oh, it's actually done.
Feels.
They finished it, or it's finished. Done.
I think they will have an input. I think Bill Murray and stuff and all these other guys, they will have some sort of input. Whether they'll be listened to or not now, that's a different story. But this is why I have such hope for this movie. The fact that it didn't feel like a Ghostbusters movie for me is a plus this time. I liked the trailer. I thought the trailer was brilliant. I mean, when he goes into that barn and pulls the sheet off.
I love that.
That was lovely. Yeah.
And start the engine.
The car.
And just flying through.
I'm not lying. I literally had tears in my eyes when I saw the car.
When we saw that in Ready Player One, I was like, oh, imagine, like they had all the stuff, like the go,
Take me back to 1984.
But I got emotional, and this is the thing about it. It actually hit me, and I haven't been hit like that in a long, long time, and it felt good. And maybe I am being fooled by this little teaser trailer. We'll know by the second trailer anyway, because you can't.
I don't know about you,
because the Ghostbusters 2016 trailer, as soon as that came out, and then Sony admitted that they'd actually made a mistake. Oh no, it's not in connection with the original movies, because remember when the original trailer came out, they actually said 20 years ago. Remember, they started with that tagline, so they tried to say that the female reboot was in direct line with the original movies. Now they've come out, basically they've rejected. This movie is going to reject the female. It's got.
They're in a different timeline. That's the whole point.
That's why they got my money.
They're in a different timeline. Which
I'm with you.
To me, if they did another sequel to the female Ghostbusters. Wait. Let me just say something. Let me just say something.
Anger.
Hold on. What they should do is, because the ghosts can't tell the difference, they should face Zool and Gozer. And they're like, who the hell are you guys? You're not the Ghostbusters. Because again, you got to think of it, right? They could be, like, they're ghosts, but they don't know anything to do with alternate universes. So, like, they could still be going from universe to universe, not knowing it's a different universe. So, like, there was that tunnel. That it was the Earth, then it was the Ghost World, then on the other side of it could be the Ghostbusters universe. You know what I'm saying? So, if Zool and Gozer battled the female Ghostbusters, that's what they should say. They're like, you're not the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? That sounds great, right? So why didn't they do that at the same time?
They did it in the comics. They did something like that in the comics.
Okay, in the comics, but why didn't they make a movie for the original?
They probably will. They probably, if this is a success.
Yeah, this is it. We're getting this. So, but what I mean is, why didn't they do that in the first place? Then there'd be no divide. Do you know?
They probably still will, though. Well, they probably still will.
In fairness, I think Ghostbusters 2016 is probably up there as one of the worst movies ever made. Sorry,
I've never seen it. I refuse to watch it.
Oh, fair play to you. If you like it, fair enough. I'm not going to criticize anybody for liking that movie.
It just doesn't appeal to me at all.
What I will say is, it makes Ghostbusters 2 look like an Oscar-winning movie.
I like those.
Shame on Stephen Moffat for stealing.
It wasn't the worst. Come on, it wasn't the worst.
Shame on Stephen Moffat for stealing Ghostbusters 2.
Compared to a lot of things, Ghostbusters 2 was Oscar winning.
We've got 29 people watching right now. I'll tell you what, we'll put it to a bit of a vote, and I'll whack the comments up there. Guys, which movie was worse, Ghostbusters 2 or Ghostbusters 2016. Now, be fair, don't just vote 2016 because you hate the female reboot. If you think Ghostbusters 2 is genuinely worse than Ghostbusters 2016, show your comments.
Well, Ghostbusters 2016 was worse than Ghostbusters.
If someone votes for Ghostbusters 2016, I'm blocking all of you. If you follow me.
That was worse than Ghostbusters 1 and 2, and then anything else is like there.
I just did look. I gave Ghostbusters 2016 a chance. Jesus Christ! I watched the movie 3 times. I think I've paid me dues. Right.
I don't know how you got through it. I really don't know how you did it. Did it?
The first, but the Matrix Lord will actually agree with me on this though. The first 15 minutes, it looked promising. It actually did.
They spent money.
Right.
They spent money on that. That was looking.
I mean, the trailer wasn't horrible.
Crisp.
I mean, it looked interesting. For me, I was like, I had it ready at the library to pick up, and I just never did. So I figured, well, that's.
You know what it is? I like seeing the proton packs again. I like seeing the ghosts. It's like, you haven't seen Ghostbusters, but then then you get stuff like it's like you haven't seen Star Wars in a while, and then you see Force Awakens or Last Jedi. You're like, no.
Yeah, it's gone that way though, isn't it? It's sad what's happening in Star Wars now. I haven't watched the last movie, so
I got it. You know what? I wasn't feeling. I was under the weather today. I wanted to go see it. I didn't go see it today, but I will see it eventually.
I keep threatening, but I just haven't.
Yeah, I might just wait until look. It comes out. They come out for pretty quick.
It's objectively not a good movie. Like Last Jedi is a bad movie for Star Wars.
Right.
It's not objectively a bad movie. This movie they're going to teach in movie school about
what not to do.
It's like objectively wrong, and you could see them bracing for impact before it came out.
Let me ask you a question.
It's just not well done.
I'm going to ask you a question, not to be vocal, but I'm going to ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Me or
no, I'm going to ask him a question.
Yeah,
directly, and I don't mean to be vulgar.
Okay.
So you're telling me you saw the movie? Did they take a dump on Star Wars? Basically.
Not intentionally.
They go by dump.
No, not intentionally. Yes, they did, but not intentionally.
They did.
They did their best. JJ did his best. It's just hasn't put his dues in.
Is it really his best? Because
here's the problem with JJ.
When he messed up Star Trek, I was pissed.
Something like that, right? After The Last Jedi, you're getting the wrong guy, right?
When he put out Star Trek Into Darkness, I had a heart attack.
That was not a good movie.
That was a sign of I'm going to screw with this franchise.
Is he? Maybe, I don't know. I've never met. I mean, I never got that vibe off him. But like, he does.
Well, you know what? I think he has issues. I'm going to say he has issues because I'm going to tell you right now. We had the Cloverfield.
We're giving him for Lost.
Right. We had the Cloverfield movie, right? Which I liked, right?
Yeah,
he was supposed to make a Cloverfield sequel forever, right?
That's right.
He was scheduled to do the Twilight Zone movie, and he lost the rights to do the Twilight Zone movie.
Thank God.
So he twisted the whole Cloverfield thing to try to make it like a Twilight Zone thing.
Yeah.
Where it was anytime
the first one or the second
one.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah.
And then he was gonna make. Then he made the third one, and it was like always Cloverfield in the title, meaning it was like the Twilight Zone.
Was it a series or a movie?
It was
third one. Oh, on Netflix, right?
It's a series of movies.
Okay. Yeah, but the whole point was I saw what he was trying to do. He lost Twilight Zone. He was grimy about it, so he tried to make the Cloverfield thing into his own Twilight Zone, and it didn't work, right? So he was supposed to have Daisy Ridley in a nut like Cloverfield 5. Like he was gonna put them all out, which is like, dude, stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just put a sequel to Cloverfield and have the damn monster fight something else. So that was the whole point. He created Cloverfield because he went to, China or Japan, whatever. He saw that Godzilla was still popular. He's like, oh, I can make monster movies, right? And he was supposed to make a sequel with his monsters fighting, right? So that was the point of the whole Cloverfield, to do a sequel, right? You didn't do that. You turned it into Twilight Zone. Nobody gives a shit about that, right? So turn it back to the way it is. But now, guess what? Now we're probably going to have Cloverfield versus Godzilla because he is working for Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers owns Legendary.
Well, hopefully...
I think Rian Johnson's way worse than him,
the
though.
DC universe.
Say that again?
Hopefully, he's going to be too busy rebooting the DC universe, which is apparently what he wants to do.
Oh no!
He's going to screw up Superman.
No!
Wonder Woman
He's going to screw up Superman.
Through the roof.
Oh God!
Fantastically, Wonder Woman 84, and then he came and he got involved with it and recut it. It's testing terribly now.
Oh, Jesus.
Really?
Christ.
Really? Not DC. DC. I like DC
No,
better
but
than
Wonder Woman
Marvel. We can't do that.
1984 was a movie I was actually looking forward to now, and you're telling me that JJ's got his grubby hands on that movie
That's
now.
all the deal. That's why I think he wants to go to another franchise.
Well, they bought Bad Robot, Warner Brothers.
Right,
So
exactly.
he owns Bad Robot, so he works for Warner Brothers now.
Yeah, but he got an insane contract from them.
I know.
He's doing very
Now you
I
get
think he
to
just
screw
paid
up
to destroy
Superman
fan franchises.
Yeah, they just want to ruin everything, don't they? And people like
Okay.
JJ, they're hacks. They can't like Chris Chibnall. They just can't construct a decent story arc, and leave
How about-
threads everywhere. And
Question
they're
for you.
never.
Question for you.
Go ahead.
What's worse, J.J. Abrams running Doctor Who or Chris Chibnall running Doctor Who?
Chris Chibnall.
Chris Chibnall.
Okay, the jury has spoken.
Although I haven't
Chris
forgiven J.J. Abrams for ruining Lost. I mean, I watched that show for I don't know how long it was on, and I was
watched
so
Lost,
angry.
yeah.
See, at
I
least
like
J.J.
it.
Abrams is
Yeah.
open to shit. But Chris Chibnall was like, nope. I'll do it this way.
Better one for you. Kurtzman versus Chibnall.
Oh,
Kurtzman's
That's
worse.
guaranteed
yeah.
bad.
Kurtzman's worse.
yeah, Kurtzman's
Fucking worse.
Yeah. Oh.
Chibnall regenerated into Kurtzman. Nah,
If he could, he probably would.
I wish there was an island where we could just put all these bad writers.
I just thought about that
in
Fantasy
there.
Island horror movie. Put them all on there.
Oh, why are they doing that? Why are they running Fantasy Island with a horror movie?
I had pitched something. I want to see a reboot of Miami Vice with Moffat and Gatiss.
oh
Crockett
my
and Tom.
God! Oh my
I
God!
want that shit.
Yeah.
I will pay money to see that shit.
Yeah.
Well, you know they did a horror movie of the Banana Splits. I don't know if you
I know,
guys
that's
remember.
Yes, I did see that.
Did you? Was it
No.
good?
No, I didn't. I saw they made it. I didn't see the
Oh, I was wondering if it was one of those shows you just watch to just.
You know what
Just
I have
to
to
watch.
suggest you guys? I suggest you guys watch Coupling.
What is that?
Coupling.
Moffat's
That's
Coupling.
the sitcom that Moffat did.
That's like
Oh.
all about Moffat's love life and sex life, but it's like 50 Shades of Grey with Moffat.
Ew.
Him and his wife. Listen. It was before Friends. It is
Was it?
hysterical. No, it is.
Oh, okay.
It is really funny though. It
I
is
wasn't
really.
a fan of Friends. I know that.
No, but this is hysterical. I do like that. It was really, really funny. I binge watched like almost the whole thing. It was hysterical.
So what streaming
Coupling.
service is it on?
I don't know.
Oh, Coupling. Okay, I've heard of it. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of that.
The woman in it, was it Gina Bellman? She went to my
That's
school.
how he knows Michelle Gomez, because Michelle Gomez is married to his lead in Coupling.
Oh, yeah. And her husband was in Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Okay.
who's her husband?
What was his name? But he
Davenport.
played one of the.
Davenport or something like that, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played one of the. He played the guy that was trying to hang Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
trying to get him.
know
The main
that.
guy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Jack Davenport.
Yes.
I think his name's Jack. Yeah.
And and he had a coat that looked like Tennant's. This was before Doctor Who, by the way.
If they ever brought back Blake Seven, he'll be a good Travis.
Yeah, highly recommend Coupling. That is
Okay, I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'm not much on sitcoms, but
pretty funny.
if it's British, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Why can't we have a damn trailer that excites us for Doctor Who? Jesus.
We're never going to get a trailer. that
They
excites us
did
for Doctor
their
Who
best
anymore.
to excite
That's
us.
all they had
What
to
was
do
the
was
last
add-
trailer that excited any of us on Doctor Who? Let's.
You know what got me? I really
Season
wanted
5.
to see it.
Season 5.
When they showed the scene of the people running and screaming from the Daleks
Yeah.
for the special, we can't even have that now. We got to wait for that. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Like, what
it
are you
is.
going to do now? You have a whole
Because there's
fleet.
a threat.
wiping everybody out. What are you going to talk them to death? What are you going to do now? Like, this is great. I can't wait for that.
Did you notice they managed to cover up that Jodie Whittaker's run is very unconvincing in the trailer by having a shaky cam?
Her running again after the plane was funny.
What was that?
Running after that plane was funny. I even mentioned that. That she can't run. Neither could Peter Capaldi.
I want them to stop using the Sonic so much. That's all I want.
She's like this.
And she's using the Sonic constantly. It's like, stop.
She's using it like she doesn't know what it is.
Right.
But I think they use it too much anyway.
She was trying to make fun of the runway guy with the lights. Like, come this way.
Right. I know, but
yeah, I thought that's what I thought.
John Hurt pointed it out perfectly in the special that they did. What are you trying to do? It's a screwdriver. You're trying to,
build a cabinet.
Point it.
But that was the same joke that was used 3 times in Moffat's things because they did that with the silence.
Oh yeah,
the River's like, what are you trying to do?
He's kind of J.J. Abrams in a way. Yeah. I mean, Moffat gets a lot of crap, but I mean, he did create some cool villains like the Weeping Angels.
Well, yes, that was the one thing that was amazing.
I mean, Blink
in
was
his backyard, which is great. Love that. Karen Gillan went to his barbecue.
I'm not against Moffat. I mean, come on.
Moffat did a lot of good stuff. I mean, starting off with the Empty Child. Are you my mummy?
Dr. Dan.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the Empty Child.
But when he went off on his own. That's it.
Yeah, I think he took on too much.
When Russell T Davies said to him, "Do this, finish it this way, do this," he had someone over him, right? It was perfect.
Right.
His episodes were
right. But when he did his own, he took on too much.
The moment he became showrunner, no one could tell him anything.
Yeah, there was no, you can't do this. Yeah.
Right. He had yes men, that's when things got screwed up because he wasn't paying attention to anybody saying, what about the Weeping Angels? What about Quantum Lock? How could the Statue of Liberty walk around and they not see it? So he just started doing his own shit. And then after a while it became science fiction and fantasy. It's anything went then.
Yeah, I didn't like the Danny Pink character, and I didn't like how he wrote him, how he was such a jerk to the Doctor. I hated that. I hated all that. I hated when Clara slapped the Doctor. That was when kind of like, you shouldn't do that.
He totally changed the Clara character from that.
Yeah, and I actually like Clara, and I get a lot of slack for that, but she could be annoying.
She became annoying. She was nasty. She was controlling when it was for Peter Capaldi's Doctor. I'm like, what?
And the fact that he actually forgave her and, for betraying him like she did.
Yeah, I like that episode a lot.
That was really great.
That was a good line.
That was a great line.
I watched that yesterday and I tears in my eyes. Like, wow,
I bet you Capaldi wrote that line. I bet.
Huh?
You know what? I bet you
he wrote that line. Right?
Yeah, I mean, he said it with such feeling, like, he really meant it. And
Moffat probably wrote it because Moffat had powerful lines too with River and Capaldi.
Right.
Amazing lines.
Oh my God, the Husbands of River songs. I love that whole episode.
I have to say that first Capaldi year, I still find mostly unwatchable. And I'm doing I've done a major rewatch of Capaldi. They did something really interesting by the way. I'm not sure if anybody noticed.
Well, you know what it was? It was that he wanted Capaldi, and so did Russell T Davies, right?
Right.
But I think he thought he could control Capaldi like Matt Smith.
No.
When Matt Smith is like, yes, because Capaldi's like, I'm choosing my suit. We should do it this way.
Thank God.
So you got to know that because that happens.
Right.
Subconsciously, he's writing shit in there that's sort of making the Doctor look like it's like a conflict. Like Moffat's not putting his heart and soul into it because he's getting resistance. So you're starting to see that he's not writing Capaldi right. But then Mark Gatiss writes Capaldi, and it's like, the Robin Hood thing. I'm like, this is cool. But it's like he's kind of got lost where he's trying to figure out. And Capaldi, as he went on, he got better and better. But
I did like Deep Breath, though. I really thought I liked Dark Capaldi. I really do. I like that whole I like the whole idea that you didn't know if he pushed the I can't remember what they called the guy. The cyborg. I like the idea that you didn't know it. Did he push him? And I still don't know. And that's what
the original point of that was he was trying to reach Sophie Miles because that was supposed to be a direct sequel to Girl in the Fireplace.
Right, because he mentions Madame Pompadour.
Right, because what happened is she died, but they grab her body and they hook her up to the ship, and it was supposed to be like that. Like, they waited for her to die, they grab her body, they hook her up to the ship. She was supposed to be in Deep Breath. She was supposed to be all part of that.
Well, that would have been really interesting.
Because there was a Twitter exchange where she's like, oh my God, you tried to reach me. You know, like, and she was busy doing something else. So, but see, this is where it got wrong, because now that was an accident that ship ran out of energy that they had to take apart the crew. Now you said it happened again to another ship, which is kind of ridiculous. That now the same thing happened to another ship. You make it like a pattern. So the Marie Antoinette now. That's stupid. So I wasn't crazy about that. And then the fact that he didn't even know who she was when he was madly in love with her, to leave Rose and everything behind.
That's the thing, like the thing. But I don't know if he was like just
regeneration
joking or
cycle.
like because he had just regenerated. Like he wasn't sure. He was so unstable because in the beginning of the episode he was saying all kinds of crazy stuff, like he's
mentioning Amy and Rory,
with the homeless guy. You know,
but he mentioned Amy. Like
but I think that that's true. So
I think that's like standard post regenerative trauma.
He's remembering certain things.
Right. The problem with Deep Breath is they supersized it. They made it 20 minutes long, 20 minutes longer than normal. It's like an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 5 minutes, and it's about 20 minutes too long. You know,
but he screwed up the whole point of that, though.
Yeah, with the Paternoster. It's much better. It gets much tighter and it rolls.
But Moffat screwed up that storyline.
At that first episode of season 2, or second season, Witch's Apprentice, where he comes out of the tank with a guitar. That I thought was freaking awesome.
Oh my God, that was like. I love that episode. I do. I mean, there's so many good ones.
He abandoned his own storyline, though, Moffat, because Moffat, there was a whole thing about the Nevosphere, because she was making anybody that died go to the Nevosphere. They were supposed to save Dave Pink. He's in the Nevosphere. Mm-hmm. He said he's still in there. Someone needs to get him out of there. Now, she had the camera hooked up to Clara's eye. She could see whatever. So when Clara dies in Face the Raven, she's supposed to be going into the Nevosphere because she's hooked up to Missy's thing. Missy saw everything through Clara's eyes. So technically, after she's traveling around with a shoulder, and then she goes back to Face the Raven, she dies, she should be with Danny Pink in the Nevosphere.
The only thing I fault Moffat is he didn't keep her dead. I mean, I kind of do. I was glad to see her back, but at the same time, I just felt like, what people are saying, like, he's afraid to kill people. It's true. He really is. He can't kill people. But
he was supposed to resolve that because he said he knew what was happening with Clara, like, the universe is in trouble. Like, he was supposed to resolve that, too. He didn't resolve it.
He never resolves that. That was Stephen Moffat's biggest problem. He's right, and he'd start off great. The middle
finish.
But the end
would be because of that Matt Smith missing season 2. He just didn't finish it, and then after that, he don't finish anything. It's like, oh my God, what the hell?
I think he takes on too much as a showrunner. I think he's better, under another showrunner.
You could definitely tell the drop in quality when Sherlock took off.
Yeah,
really.
Because he was taking on too
Sherlock
much.
was a 10 out of 10, and then Doctor Who was not.
In fact,
so all his energy was going into Sherlock.
Yeah,
up until the last season, and then it kind of like.
That last Sherlock episode was a classic Doctor Who episode with the Missy being Sherlock's sister, and that how you get the Master in that jail and the off the British Island.
Mm-hmm.
That was a classic Master Doctor episode, and they made it into a Sherlock one instead.
Yeah, but he always did that with his. He always like.
Moffat has talent. I think he just uses it sometimes, in the wrong way.
And the problem is, he tried to explain something about the Nevosphere. He put a couple of lines in under the lake or before the flood, and nobody got it. Like when he's doing the stupid cue cards. For no reason, he says, "Oh yeah, the Nevosphere creates bodies," like meaning that Missy would never have to regenerate because she just create a body for herself with the energy from the Nevosphere. So like. But nobody would be paying attention to that because it's in an episode that doesn't make any sense to that.
Yeah.
But he did say that in like a few minutes. If you paid attention quickly, you're like, what? Why is he talking about the Nevosphere? Why is he talking about bodies? He's trying to like throw shit in there so in the season, Missy's coming back.
Well, and the other people have pointed out as far as, the Doctor always knows when the Master's, around. And when he acted surprised that, she's the master, other people pointed that out.
Well, they could block that. They did say it in episodes. They could block that. That somehow they could block them sensing each other.
Well, yeah, they try to
and they did it in that whole season. That was like his first first 2 or 3 weeks after regenerating. He was still very fresh by the time he got to Darkwater.
Yeah.
But also, I think they did it in the Utopia, after Utopia, where the Doctor gets the Tardis case and a little bit of the Tardis, a perception filter on the case, so the Master can't see him.
Yeah.
So they've done it before, yeah. So
the other question is Moffat is feminist. Well, let's think about this. The Zygon episode, the leader of unit was a female, the head scientist was a female, all the top agents were females. I don't know.
I think less than Chibnall. I think he's. I
don't know about feminists, but
none of them are feminists. All they are people who want to impress their friends.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're
right.
Moffat pissed off his friends.
Yeah, right.
With the whole Doctor in between, he basically said he almost lost his friends, that he might change that again just because he wants to have his friends back. That he never did that.
What did they like? I'm not following.
He basically pissed off his friends when he put the Doctor in between, that John Hurt. Like, he caused problems with his own friendship with his friends.
Oh, you're talking about he created a war doctor.
No, because the whole thing is the whole Time War thing was Russell T Davis's baby.
Oh, okay.
Now you're screwing around with. There was some conflict that Russell T Davis is like, no, David Tennant and the Queen, this happened and this happened. You're making it like it's not. There was like some conflict a little bit there, because he kind of wrapped it up in a nice bow and be like, it's done, it didn't happen, but it did happen. So it's like, it's just all over the place, that thing.
Yeah.
See, technically, that regeneration, they established that the 8th Doctor could not regenerate. It was too far gone. It was done, and they gave him a potion, which to me was a regeneration, because it was only there to serve a purpose. When the job was done, his regeneration would kick in, because that was to me that was always a separate regeneration. So to me, this was like implanted in there. Like, John Hurt was never supposed to be that way. So it's just, when the job is done, the Doctor comes. You know what I'm saying? So
right. When he's ready to go, when his time is, he hurts himself.
Right. When that happened, time to go. That's why John Hurt was regenerating, because finally the 8th Doctor's regeneration kicked in, and there's the 9th Doctor.
Right. And why would he need a potion? Is what you're saying.
So the potion was a separate regeneration, because again, they said man or woman. So to me, because this is how the count is off, when they had Nightmare in Silver, Mr. Clever scans his brain. He says, "Oh, you do have another regeneration left. Shit. Because you can stop me just by regeneration. Shit." So there's conflict of, like, where did that regeneration go? So Moffat just screwed that whole thing up, because he had regeneration energy to give to River to heal her hand. Well, if you don't have any regeneration left, what are you talking about? So that there's a conflict there. Maybe Matt Smith was too old to realize that he can still regenerate. So
he gave one of his regenerations to River, right?
Well, to heal her hand, did he really give her the whole regeneration?
No, he didn't.
You know what I'm saying? So where's that energy then, right? I mean,
it's got to be somewhere.
And we know Don Novel's got one.
Did River not say to the Doctor, though, that he did give up a regeneration?
Yeah, she did say
wasted
that.
Energy. Like, that's a waste of regeneration.
So we all assumed, I guess, it was meant one regeneration.
Well, if healing the hand is one regeneration, then how many regenerations did he give to the Daleks?
One regeneration.
Because he regenerated every single Dalek in Which Is Familiar. Like, they all, and why would every single Dalek get regeneration energy, and Davros, and Clara would not, because she's in the Dalek next to them? So why wouldn't she have regeneration energy? So when she faces the Raven,
right, because he's doing,
she can regenerate.
Yeah, I never thought of that. But that's a good point.
Yeah.
We're going down a rabbit hole now.
Yeah. We are.
So
we got Glenn Edwards that says there's his comment there. Interesting one. Let me see. Well, that has caused a lot of trouble, all right. That diversity.
I think it's to have a diversity thing that you're not allowed to hire whites and different. Like, isn't that discrimination? Like,
It causes
Yeah.
tokenism.
whatever
Again, they don't
happens
care.
to whatever happened to hiring the right person for the job? Whatever happened with that? So in other words, if somebody has an excellent idea and a great writer for Doctor Who, and they're willing to take a pay cut just to work, no, you're white. I need you to be Egyptian or any, like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's discrimination.
Yeah, just hire the right person for the job. The Expanse does it perfectly. You can't do it with having diversity.
You're hiring the United Nations. Like, like, what if the person's not good for the job?
So
you shouldn't do it.
The answer is really boring and simple. Is because television executives and movie executives are idiots, and they only know what to do what they're told to do. What?
But this is why things bomb. You think this is cool, like James Cameron, like, oh yeah, and you destroy the whole purpose of your whole franchise just to try to be the one to make strong female characters in 2019 to try to one-up Patty Jenkins with Wonder Woman. They had that was a Twitter battle. The Terminator movie came from a Twitter battle. This is the only reason the Terminator movie was made was because he said that he could have did a better job with Wonder Woman, and he's a man. Sure. And this is what started this whole shit. And then he called up Linda Hamilton. He's like, I'm going to pay for you to join the gym. It's like, are you kidding me? It's not about the fans. It's not about – it's ego. So he wasted a movie, ruined his franchise, and the thing bombed, and now it's an embarrassment. His own Terminator thing, which will affect Avatar because his own fan base hates to put that shit out.
Right, and it'll affect everything else he makes from now on.
He needs to fix the Terminator franchise.
But the bottom line is these people have way too much money that they can fail over and over and over again. They can destroy.
Go do Invisible
and they don't have to work a day in their life.
Yeah.
If they get to a point where they got to work at like Walgreens or
they wouldn't be able to handle it.
Yeah, but that's when they'll shut up and start writing good TV.
Because they're down with the real people. That's where they need to be. They need to start listening to people like us.
Yeah.
And then
I'll be right back.
I'll
be right back, guys.
All right.
Be right back.
Bye.
They need to start listening to real people.
Yeah. But again, when real people do voice their opinions, like like in England, they just had this election. And it didn't go. And it was like it was a disaster for the mainstream left-wing party, the Labour Party, and everybody in the entertainment industry is like walking around wearing sackcloth and ashes. They're like, "How could this happen?" No,
it's the same thing in America. Yeah, it's the same thing. I can relate with that. Trust me.
And that's why they're always so shocked whenever an election happens, because now people are going, I don't want to listen to you anymore.
But the problem is, and they start blaming the people. And the people are trying to tell them what we want. And they're not listening. And that's the problem. They need to put their political ideology to the side and start listening.
Right.
It's identity politics, and it's plain and simple.
And their egos. And
exactly.
The people that are talented to actually do the work.
And I will say The Witcher, I know a lot of people are complaining, but there is diversity in that show, but they pick the right people for every role. And that is how you do it. You pick the best people. Doesn't matter what color they are. You pick the best people, and you will have a successful show.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's excellent.
What is it? Something I have seen. I want to go back to your earlier question. You asked about Christmas specials.
Yeah.
So I got two picks for you. Both of them I think might be controversial, but I think my second favorite one is The Next Doctor.
Oh,
because I did. Do you hate that one, or were you going to say that one?
No, I actually like that one. The Next Doctor, the one with what's his name, the Morrissey fella.
He played David Morrissey. He played the governor in Walking Dead.
Right, but I love this. I love the Victorian Cybermen in the snow, and the whole Cyber King. I thought it was stupid, but I still loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I actually love that episode. That's not controversial. It's underrated. I mean, I love everything about that episode. I really do. David Morrissey would make a great doctor.
You would.
Yeah, I was disappointed to find out when I was watching it, because I mean I was Netflixing it. I was disappointed to find out he wasn't going to be a future doctor by the end, because I think he would make an excellent doctor.
12 minutes in.
There's a comment by Derek McManus there. He says not just England made the election, was for the entire United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. Wow.
Right.
Yeah. He knows.
It's either way everywhere, I think. Yeah.
Everybody gets very touchy when it's politics.
Yeah.
All I'll just say is, as an outsider, it's being entertaining. Yeah. I just leave
This away from politics. I think my favorite, another one of my favorite Christmas specials was the last time that I think Doctor Who was good, which was, and this has to be controversial, because I heard people tell me they hated it. Twice Upon a Time.
I love that.
Really loved it.
I love it.
That was sad for me, because I was like literally had lots of alcohol, because Peter Capaldi is my doctor, and that was hard. So I can't say that's my favorite because of that reason.
It's a hard journey, but the idea of the Doctor going to the Christmas Day armistice,
that was beautiful.
It was wonderful. It was
that actually made me cry. That whole scene,
it was wonderful. And
I can watch that.
Bradley as the first Doctor. I liked him having a regeneration crisis, like an identity crisis. I just think it all. I think Mark Gatiss as the Brigadier's grandfather. Just everything.
There was a lot of beautiful moments. I think the way that they portrayed the first Doctor was a little.
Gatiss even admitted that was totally wrong. The Doctor doesn't drink. He drank milk in the Old West and the gun, whatever. Like, so Moffat just totally made that shit up.
It wasn't just that. It was the whole misogynistic viewpoint.
Yes.
And watching Classic Who, he wasn't like that. I mean, yes. I mean, he was a little crotchety sometimes, but come on, he wasn't that bad.
The companion offered to clean up the TARDIS because it was dusty, but he never said that. And he does say that to his granddaughter. But to his granddaughter, who spanked her bottom because his granddaughter. He never said that to a companion. So,
right, but that's your granddaughter. That's how grandparents talk to their,
Right.
Exactly. I did not agree with the way they treated the first Doctor at all, because they tried to make it like that's why he became a female, because subconsciously he's appalled why he was talking like that.
Well, I always thought the reason he became female was because of by the time Capaldi regenerated, he wanted a complete renewal, a complete change. He was tired of, and he had this close relationship with the Master Missy, who had just gender swapped. So I
don't think he
influenced him.
I think Missy created that regeneration to be a female, because when he touched her, that was weird, right? He tried to put something in her head to be good, and she was gonna be good, so she didn't need that, so she got annoyed, so she put some type of post-hypnotic suggestion in his head to regenerate into a female, I believe. Just so
that's a fun theory. I like that theory.
Just so that way he could see how she is, like to screw with him. Because again, there was that exchange, just like in Bill Potts' head, he put that post-hypnotic, like just basically trying to remind her to find him, to wait for him in her head. He did that because the Master had that ability too, right. Like to just put that stuff in the head, so that's basically, I think Missy was behind the whole regeneration becoming a female thing.
I do think there was beautiful moments in Twice Upon a Time, as far as what you were talking about. I really do. And then there were some that were just like with him, like talking to Rusty and all that, where I thought was just like, it's a waste of time.
Well, I felt Rusty appeared because they had that Dalek contract.
Right, and they wanted to connect that. I get it. It seemed like a waste of time. I thought there was something going to happen, and nothing happened.
Did you notice that when he was trying to find evidence about this race being evil, they stopped him watching the whole tape? Like with the Rusty thing, they stopped it. So you never they make it like they're good, the future they're good and everything, but not really. They could technically be sinister, Like that whole thing about making people live on. Because why would you stop the transmission from him learning all about them? They stopped it with Rusty. And I'm like, there's a reason behind that, you know? But again, I like I said, I love that whole scene with Gatiss with the mug, and he's like, you know.
Right, that was great. Those are beautiful moments. I literally was crying. Well, I was crying anyway. I was like ridiculous. It was really it was the hardest regeneration.
Like that whole thing about children, that was from him though. That he said that at a convention, so he put that in there.
Well, and he was a doctor. I'll let you go. That was really hard for me. So.
Yeah, I hear. And you know that first time we saw Whittaker, and she blows up the TARDIS, right, and sucked out. Mm-hmm. I thought that was a charming post-regenerative joke. You know, that's like, turned out that's
right. I thought they were trying to. Yeah.
The entire season 11.
I thought
that doesn't like you. Goodbye.
I thought that was cheap. I was pissed that they did that because again, Moffat copied off of the David Tennant regeneration and the Matt Smith regeneration. Well, because Matt Smith was hanging out of the TARDIS almost. And then he pulled himself back into 11th
hour. My question is, why do they have to make the TARDIS blow up every time someone regenerates in the New Who?
First of all, this is the funny thing, right?
That's why.
The TARDIS like, get the F out. You ruined my whole ship. Like, it blasted the windows, every single time.
Right.
But one of the best scenes, I think, ever, was when Missy lied about the coordinates to the Doctor, and he starts
I saw that yesterday.
Keyboard. They're breaking the shit out of the keyboard.
I actually thought that was a great scene, though.
Yeah,
that's a great scene.
I agree.
It really is. Like, I was watching yesterday, I'm like, oh my god, I miss him so bad. Because
I love that scene. He was amazing. And I love the scene when Clara's like, you go away now. And it's just like, that was like, that episode sucked. Like, totally. Right. But that scene I could watch over and over again. She's like, you go away now. She don't want him anymore.
I'm not even sure why they were even lying to each other at that point. I was wondering that yesterday.
It didn't make any sense.
I mean, I don't understand why they didn't make it soap opera-y. Like, just be honest.
The Doctor lies. Just say, I'm the Doctor, I lie.
Huh?
Moffat always said the Doctor lies. All right, so I say, I'm the Doctor, I lie. Like, because you have to.
But so, like, again, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have that great, quote of where he said that, like, he didn't like hugs because, it hides your face.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was,
it kind of,
the whole thing was that he loved her. As Matt Smith's Doctor, he loved her.
I'm getting upset now.
What's the matter?
I'm getting upset now. He's talking about my favorite Doctor.
I'm sorry. He loved her, though. Matt Smith's Doctor loved her.
You think he had romantic feelings for Clara?
Because let me give you an example. When he became Peter Capaldi's Doctor, right? The key thing was he was getting jealous in Caretaker of Danny Pink.
Right.
In Robin Hood, he was getting jealous of Robin Hood, like Clara was amored by him.
Right. But I think it was more of a paternal.
No, jealousy. I don't think so. Because I'll tell you.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't get that.
I definitely got it because again, he told Ishilda. He told Ishilda. He says, Clara's dead, right? He's like, there is nowhere you can go in the entire universe. I will find you. I will bring the Daleks
but a father will do the same thing.
I will screw. But no. See, I don't think that's the case because he was in the confession dial constantly for 4 billion years, and he tried to save Clara from the.
I'm not saying what you're saying isn't true.
He didn't save Amy and Rory though. He didn't save Amy and Rory though. He left them there. He didn't save River in the library.
Save Amy and Rory though.
He didn't save River.
But I think he was closer with Clara though.
See, the thing is that he loved Clara, just he like he loved Rose.
But I didn't get that.
Was thrown.
I got more of that from Smith, but I didn't get that from.
See, River was. Here's the thing with River. River was thrown into the 10th Doctor's face that she could be the wife. So technically, that kind of screwed up their relationship here and there because he knows that that's supposed to be that way. So he's rebelling against it. But in the end, he spent 20 some odd years with her as a proper marriage with her.
But this is why they shouldn't have romance in the TARDIS.
But he did love Rose Tyler because he burnt out the sun just to talk to her, and he did love Clara. Because, and you also hinted at she loved him too.
Me the thought of that, though.
I think he felt affectionate towards Clara. I think he felt paternal.
Right, I agree.
But that line though was
and that's
key.
what I loved about their relationship because it seemed.
But she betrayed him though. She betrayed him, and he loved her.
Him, but it looked like
Well, but you do that with
her,
your
though.
kids too. Like your kids can do
Yeah,
certain
but
things,
I
and
agree
you
with you.
can
I agree
condition.
with
But she doesn't see her as a kid because she's the one that told him never be cruel or cowardly and listen, and he remembers that kind.
Right, but you do. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. I mean, there's a lot of people that are on the Peter Capaldi Appreciation page that ship them together, which is odd and weird to me. But
that line that they never showed you, because there was that thing in the episode with the space crabs, right, where she was old and she says after once Danny Pink died, her love of her life was a doctor, and she didn't go with any man because she loved the doctor, and she was old and he was younger, and they pulled the thing together right when she became young again and everything. And when that led up to, she's like, why did you stay in the confession doll for billions of years? He was told, I have a duty of care, but she's had to say something to him, and they went to the sky, and you didn't get to say what she said to him because it was kind of awkward that she was younger, he was regenerated older, so they couldn't have a romance, but she told him probably she loved him.
It kind of does make sense because she did kind of have.
I mean, I think they would have pursued that had Capaldi not said that he didn't want romance in the TARDIS. It's a possibility that they would have pursued that. Because
Moffat made that awkward with. See, Moffat made that awkward with Clara because they were getting close, the 11th Doctor and her, like a romance, like getting close. And then you threw River Song in that episode of like the name of the Doctor. It's like, wow, that's awkward. Because now here's my wife that's dead. Like
I
right
thought that
there.
was always weird anyway because it seemed strange because Matt Smith and her seemed strange together. She seemed more suited with Capaldi, in my opinion.
Or even David Tennant.
Yeah, you're right.
Even David Tennant, though, she knew that doctor, though. It wasn't like she had a picture. She encountered that doctor.
Right, because she'd mentioned in the Husbands of River song, she was like, she didn't have a reference. She only had it to the 11th. Mm-hmm.
She bumped into him probably when he was before he regenerated, and he knew her already. So they probably had a closeness, too.
Well, in the Big Finish series, she's met, I think, how many doctors?
She hasn't met Patrick Troughton.
She's met Tom Baker, right?
She met John Pertwee. John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton.
I think she had a scene with what's the guy? The guy playing the guy playing the third.
David Bradley.
What?
She's been with David Bradley.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I haven't listened to it.
She's been with Tom Baker, Peter Davison, Colin Baker, Sylvester McCoy. The only people that she hasn't been with is Patrick Troughton's doctor and John Pertwee's doctor.
She gets around, doesn't she?
With John Pertwee's doctor.
She did?
In either the last box set.
That's the next season, probably River Song. They probably make that. Yeah.
Well, I hope the person that's voicing John Pertwee does it justice.
Oh, he's very good.
Okay.
He's very, very good. Yeah, the third Doctor Adventures. They're really. In fact, the last one they did, the problem was the woman they had play Liz Shaw was Caroline John's daughter, and it sounded nothing like her. But John was it Colshaw, who's a British impressionist, did the Brigadier?
Yeah, I've actually heard the trailer to that audio that you're talking about, and I do agree with you. A woman sounds nothing like Liz Shaw.
Nothing like her at all.
No.
Yeah, that.
See, Big Finish is cool, but the only thing is the show can contradict anything in there as not canon at any time.
Yeah, that is a problem. Unless it's maybe the Paul McGann series.
That's what I'm saying. Like they constantly contradict.
But Matrix Lord, you say Big Finish deserves to be supported because
it's excellent. I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean,
if Big Finish is one thing and Chibnall says another, my head canon is with Big Finish.
There you go.
Because they're doing that Mary Shelley episode that's contradicting.
Exactly. It's not real. The Big Finish one's real.
Oh, do you think that? Wow.
In fact,
I would trust a Big Finish over Chibnall any day.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if, in reality, Bradley Graham isn't actually the Doctor, and some weird.
That would be. That would really be awesome. But I don't see them doing that.
He's had the hero arc in season 11. He had
actually,
I agree.
I don't know if Matrix Lord has actually heard this, but. Again, I would say this is rumor and speculation, but it is from the same source that gave me the information on Spyfall, and BBC did take down that video, so you can take it whatever which way you want. But this is what I've been told, Matrix Lord. And this is actually an interesting one. We discussed this the other night on a panel, and I'd actually like to hear all your thoughts on this, but especially you, Matrix Lord, because you actually deal with Doctor Who news like myself. But here's one for you. So I've been told that Jodie Whittaker will appear in Series 13, but only 2 episodes, and they're going to regenerate her at the start of Series 13. Now, have you heard anything on that? This is what I've heard the latest. Now, what I have heard as well is that Bradley Walsh will survive the cull. He will be the only one that will survive. There's no news on Manip yet. They reckon Tolson Cole is going to go as well. But apparently this is what they're thinking of doing, a Peter Davison kind of thing, sort of scenario, where they regenerate in the first couple of episodes of Series 13. Have you heard anything about a Force League?
I didn't hear that, but we have talked on my podcast, The Real Who Cast, that they should do a thing where the Doctor regenerates in a couple episodes, because everything is like a pattern. Either the Doctor regenerates Christmas, or they regenerate in special, and you regenerate in the last episode. So you know when the Doctor could possibly regenerate.
Exactly.
But it should be where you have no clue when the Doctor regenerates. And I think ultimately that would be cool to do. But from what I was told, she is signed, sealed, and delivered the full series and going into the 60th. So if she leaves before the 60th, she's not the main focus of the 60th.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
I hope not. I really do. I hope it's more focused on the other Doctors.
The episodes, before they're completed, they have to approach her, because that's the only time they can approach her, because they have to write a regeneration episode. So before Series 13 is fully written, they have to go to her, and if they want her to stay, here's a contract extension or not. Because again, they're not going to.
But hang on, right?
They're not going to rip off the script and throw it out like Moffat.
Yeah, I know that, but they've written that special, right? So technically, if that special wasn't going to be shown till New Year's Day, that'd be technically a 3-year contract up.
No, it's not a 3-year contract; it's a 3-series contract.
Right, but that
she's already on 3 years already, because she was a Doctor since Twice Upon a Time, which was what, 2017 or whatever, right? So she's 18, 19, 20, 21. No, it's not a year thing, because they'd be out already. No, it's a full 3-series contract, but they have to ask her before they complete Series 13, because they're not going to be like Moffat taking the script and put it in the shredder. So, are you staying or not? You're staying, then we can't write the regeneration episode. Okay. So, they're probably going to ask her in like January, February, or March if she's going to stay for Series 14. Now, here's the thing. It's all about timing. Can Chris Chibnall put out for air date Series 13 and Series 14 before 2023?
No. Because if he can't,
I
do no. It's at
because if he can't,
how many years to get 2 series out? I'm running on the second series now.
I don't think he can do
that. They are not allowed to film Doctor Who after 2023. So in other words, if the 60th is going to be filmed, it's going to be filmed in 2022. But so far, the cancellation it's a commission date, but also a cancellation date, because Doctor Who is not going to be around after 2023. You're going to have the 60th on November 23rd, 2023. That's it, unless the BBC extend the commission date. And right now, that's it. That's all we got. So can he put out Series 13 in 2021 and Series 14 in 2022 and the 60th in 2023? Because guess what? You're not going to have a full series plus a 60th. We will probably lose a whole entire series. Because look what they did with the 50th. They gave us like 2 episodes. Like, we didn't have a whole series because they couldn't afford to do that. So
I don't know. My theory right now is they filmed the regeneration story already. I think it's that Dalek one. I think they filmed it. I think she's done, and I think they're not. And I think they're keeping it quiet because they're hoping. Here's what I think happened. I think they just got butthurt with the drop in ratings and they weren't expecting this fan reaction. They were not expecting
not
us
as much,
to viscerally hate it as much as we did. I mean, we've all seen that video. I saw it live when Chibnall was like 12, and he was like on TV with Pip and Jane Baker and John Turner, like being a dick to them. And,
he was a dick. He even admitted he was a dick.
And the karma is everything is completely turned around. He's in their position now. And then
the same shit
I think they want to be out. I think Whittaker wants to be out. And I think I think it's already been filmed. It's in the can. If this series does fantastic, I think they'll put that regeneration special. They'll keep it in their back pocket, and they'll film another series and put that as a regeneration story.
See, the problem with that, the problem where every way you say should be that's the way it is, but these two contracts with China and HBO Max changed the whole dynamic totally.
Yeah.
Because again,
she's
they have the money for Doctor Who though.
He's roped in on that though, isn't he? She's not roped in on those contracts though.
She's roped in for a full 3 series.
Or she's roped in to appear in 3 series.
Yeah, but they could argue the point that she has fulfilled her contract because if they were to get her in the first 2 episodes of series 13, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah,
she's a
series 13 and then
she
do the
could.
special.
I mean, that's a possibility.
She got a flat out. She was told basically, you don't fulfill your contract, they could sue the crap out of her. Full 3 series.
Yeah, but they could give her the Christmas. They could give her the special, and that would count as a series because they do count them as separate. I know they go with the box set and all, but they do count
they
them
have to
as
technically. Separate. Are you aware that Chibnall in his contract, like he would not sign with Moffat? They got him drunk to sign, but in the contract, he's allowed to take a year off. He's allowed to take a year off. So at some point in time, he's going to take a year off.
No, but hang on, he's already taken a year off. What are you talking about?
This is what the year consists of. He cannot be bothered. Wait, he cannot be bothered as a showrunner about, what are you doing on this set? Where are we filming? Meaning a year off is a year off. Silence, meaning nobody works because he don't work. So no script writing, no nothing. A year off is an actual year off. So just picture this for a second. Is this why the special is delayed until December or January next year? Is because they're going to fool us. He's going to actually be off. And then you're going to have 10 months from when that special airs. Meaning you're going to have it's really the illusion that you're going to have 20 months without Doctor Who. But you won't experience it because you will finish Series 12 in March. 10 months later, you'll have Doctor Who special. But then 10 months later after that, you'll have Doctor Who Series 13. So you're technically going to get 20 months without Doctor Who if it goes that way. That's if he takes off.
He better, you know what, for this show to be.
And how could you do that if the show needs to be popular? You can't just keep having a year off, a year and a half off. It's ridiculous.
I could see his logic in a way. He thinks if it stays away, people will want it back more.
Right.
But he's wrong. Right now at the moment, people are pissed
they don't want it back if the writing's bad. Nobody.
I don't know. I think the best thing they got going in their favor for season 12 is people have forgotten how awful season 11 was.
Yes, that is true.
It's been a year. And they're like, that looks fun.
But it was so awful, though.
They're going to end on a massive cliffhanger with that Dalek thing.
Yeah,
and then that's supposedly going to whet your appetite waiting for it.
It probably won't whet my appetite.
It's going to be...
Because, Resolution was terrible.
Right, guys, we've got about 20 minutes to go. So... We obviously we didn't stick with the kind of format. We just chopped and changed, but I don't mind that. But we'll
I can talk about specials if you want quick. I love Voyage of the Damned. That was awesome. I love that speech.
Right, here's a quick question to the three: is top 3 Christmas specials? Go.
End of Time.
Right.
Time and the Doctor.
Your top 3.
Christmas Invasion, maybe.
Right. Blue Bonnet?
Runaway Bride, which I know is controversial to some people.
I love Runaway Bride. It's an awesome
The Invasion and Husbands of River Song.
Okay, interesting. Not a big fan of Husbands of River Song now, I have to admit, but Interesting.
I like how it connects to the Silence in the Library.
Yeah.
I do like that. I like Peter Capaldi's performance, and I have to admit, Nardole, like, I'm warm to Nardole. I
like him. He gets slated in Series 10, and I think he's
but
very good in
but
Series
I warm
10.
to him. I really I miss Nardole. I mean, he was comic relief, and he was entertaining.
But not only that, when he wanted to have a serious word with the Doctor, which he did, he was very serious. And I actually think he gets a lot of stick. I actually like his character.
Right, and it was what was it? The last episode he was in. You know, he was kind of a hero.
Yeah,
he
was, and he had that little moment.
He doesn't get enough credit for that.
Yeah, and he had that little moment with them all. Do you remember where he's saying goodbye to them all?
Yeah, it was really sad.
Well, Matt Lucas supposedly went to the BBC and said, I want to be in the series Doctor Who. I'm going to take a pay cut just to get me in there. Supposedly, like, he was hired by the BBC without them even confirming with Moffat, period. And Moffat was basically told by the BBC to make it lighthearted, make it uplifting. So they kind of pushed Moffat into doing something he wasn't going to do. So if you notice, Nardole doesn't get that many lines at all.
Yeah,
no, and that's sad.
There's a reason behind it, though. That's Moffat trying to say, "Oh yeah, I'll put him in the series, all right." And then he gave him nothing to do. But in those few moments,
Matt Lucas
is captured our heart.
I like the demographic. I like how he interacted with Peter Capaldi's character.
Yeah,
how they gave each other crap. I love that.
That was a good.
To me,
he
that was like
as an actor.
Don Noble.
He was able as an actor to make us win us over.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I heard that, I'm like, this guy didn't do shit. Like, I like Matt Lucas in movies and stuff, but like, he was horrible.
I wasn't for it.
You know, he was, the Husband's River song was just there. It was like, oh, okay. Like,
I mean, I liked him.
He's going to be the companion. I'm like, oh. But
yeah, I was going the same way.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I didn't like what they did, though. If you caught on, they were trying to insinuate that he was like Dorian Moldovar, kind of. Because he was like blue. That was his color. He could control, like, to scheme and make money. And I'm like, don't go there and say he's Dorian Moldovar with a new body because of it. Like, whatever, he switched bodies. They didn't say that, but because I'm a fan of Simon Fisher Becker as Dorian Moldovar. So I was like hoping they didn't go in that direction because there's only one Dorian Moldovar. So,
I have to say, I think the best Christmas special, for me, the best Christmas special is still A Christmas Carol.
I like that one.
That is really a good one.
Actually, that is actually good.
It's really good.
Now, I will admit,
at their best.
Yeah, I will admit now, when it first came out, I wasn't a fan. I've only gotten to like that as the years have passed by. But it really has. The one that I actually dislike the most,
Next Doctor,
is Dr. Mysterio.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been so much better. I almost think Moffat was just trying to appeal to the whole comic book,
I know.
like trend. And it seems so I don't know. I didn't like the actors that they got.
Sharon loves it. The wife loves it.
I like
that's because that's what happens when Moffat watches the Avengers. You get every time Moffat watches something, because he said he watched Miracle on 34th Street and Aliens in the same time. Right? And that's when you got that whole Christmas special. It's like, what the hell is this?
Oh,
it's like, dude, yeah. I don't know. It's like, I'm an American, but I just felt like the American actors just threw me off. I didn't like that.
Well, then why couldn't he save them from the truth monks then?
I think the best specials work when the Doctor is basically
the main character.
Yeah, but not only that, either in a Victorian times or like a Titanic kind of scenario.
I love Voyage of the Damned. That's a great episode.
What he's gonna, I actually, it's just because I have grown up with this fascination with that ship. I mean, I've studied everything, watched every single conspiracy theory. So when Doctor Who actually did an episode, I was over the moon. Now, it's not the greatest episode in the world, I have to say, but there is some dark moments in it. I mean,
the Voyage of the Damned.
Yeah, I mean,
there is, especially when
They were going to bring her back to be a companion.
It's a disaster movie, which is.
I would have loved her as a companion.
She took a picture of a Doctor magazine in a dress with the Daleks. She was supposed to be, but then it changed.
You know, and it would have been great. They missed an opportunity.
They were going to bring her back, but they couldn't.
I really like. I think killing her off was a mistake.
Yeah, she was supposed to come back. She was supposed to be the companion, but something happened with her tournament.
Well, she would have been a companion. They're lucky they got her for the episode.
Right.
Like
I'm sure
look at Billy Piper was a singer too, though.
And that was the first time we were introduced to Wilson as well, wasn't it?
Kylie Minogue.
No, I know.
Kylie Minogue is like Madonna.
I know.
Right, she was. I'm sure it was like that was a lot of money they had to shell out to get her.
Voyage of the Damned was supposed to have in it. What's his name? Dennis Hopper as the captain.
Yeah,
Dennis Hopper.
Yeah, but he was too. He wanted to do it, but he was too sick.
Wow.
Yeah. They still got
that'd have been interesting.
In there.
That would
I can see that.
Dennis Hopper. I love Dennis Hopper, but
Dennis Hopper was.
I do love that whole episode.
My favorite part of that is
story, but I do love it, and I love that scene with the Doctor where everything's exploding behind him, and he has the speech.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was a little cheesy, but it was also awesome.
Epic.
It was. And I love the first part where, where the Titanic comes in the Tardis. He was like, what? Yeah. That's great. That's
the only thing I would change about that is when you saw the villain at the end, I wish he was in some kind of like giant transformer like robot suit.
Right.
I agree.
It was a little bit.
But then you have like the alien loader sort of thing versus like a transformer. That would have been awesome.
But it had a heartwarming ending with the guy, getting all the, he was in Keeping Up Appearances, whatever the actor's name, about how like he had all the money. He actually ended up being rich.
Yeah,
that was so heartwarming, and I mean, it was. Now I want to watch it. No,
that was actually. Well, here's
I got a Christmas party. Now I have to watch it.
Here's the thing.
No, we lost
I recorded them all. I have them all there now, ready to go.
I mean, I that is such a good one. I mean, it really is. I miss Doctor Who when it was like that. Oh yeah. It was the stars, and like was he looking up at the stars?
Yes, Wolf was in it. Yes.
Yeah, Wilf was in it.
I miss Doctor Who when it was really good like that.
Yeah, that was the first time we got to see
Neil Gaiman was supposed to do, like, he was the only one that had permission.
I love Neil Gaiman.
He was supposed to do a Weeping Angel story.
That would have been epic.
For Peter Capaldi, because he said, and Moffat was, if you remember at the time, Moffat was like, there's an American writer that's going to write the Weeping Angels, and I was like, oh my God, it's Neil Gaiman! Like, but then something happened. Neil Gaiman had to do all stuff. I was like, oh my God, that would have been epic. That would have been epic.
That would have been good. Well,
Neil Gaiman is one of my favorite writers. Actually,
in fairness,
Anthony Davis is just leaving. I just want to say Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
I just saw in the chat, Lee Anthony Davis said he had to go, so I want to say Merry
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Lee.
Look there, I'll put the comment up there. Thanks very much for joining us, folks, on this Christmas Eve. I know a lot of people will be busy around this time of the year. 22 people actually watching still. I'm actually surprised, to be quite honest with you. We normally would have more, but because it is Christmas,
it's Christmas Eve.
Exactly, but. And High Desert 004 has we can actually discuss this a little bit before we finish up. And would people agree with this comment?
We're going to find out. Look, if they get the scripts together, we're going to find out. She's the weakest link at that point.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, don't we all want to love Doctor Who again? I mean, we all do.
I mean, did anybody remember in Series 11 when, like, your tablecloth was screaming at you, the timeless child? I mean... Like, how do you act to that? Like, or a frog in general, really?
There was never
the timeless child. It's like,
what I don't get.
It was handkerchief monster.
It wasn't ever answered. We didn't find out what it was. It was like,
the thing was, nobody cared because it was a tablecloth yelling at.
I know.
But here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, though. Peter Capaldi would have made that tablecloth
He would
look
have.
and sound
He would
more
have did
sinister.
tango with that
Right.
shit.
It would have been
difference-
bad, but at least it would have been quite a little bit
exactly.
more enjoyable.
The difference is Jodie Whittaker can't actually act to something as stupid as a she or a talking
When she was
CGI
talking to
frog
that
or whatever
frog, it was like a marriage proposal.
Listen, the whole time I'm watching this show, I'm thinking, when is the man going to come out? I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a woman. I'm just like, I was never for a woman doctor, and it's just like, it's difficult for me to watch her play this role.
I want her
badly.
to see her act.
Yeah.
I want her to do her best work, and
And I want to
that
like
frog
it.
thing was ridiculous.
Well, here's the
That
thing.
frog
If the writing is up to scratch this serious, Matrix Lord, she has nowhere to hide.
Right, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if the writing is an improvement, okay, we will have to face the facts that she's not good enough. At the end of the day, I've been saying this from the beginning. I do not think she is good enough, and that might be hard for some people out there.
Well, I'll admit it. If I see this series and she sucks, I'm going to say she sucks.
Yeah,
Whatever.
look,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's not an attack on her personally. It's an attack on her acting ability. And
Well,
right now,
I gave her a pass on series 11.
Right, because the writing was so bad.
Because he ordered her not to study the role. So I gave her a huge pass.
I think
on her break,
with that order.
on her break, she could do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, but Matrix Lord, can I ask you this question though? Right?
Yeah.
Imagine me being the showrunner, right? You're the new doctor, and I go to you, and I say to you what Chris Chibnall said to Jodie Whittaker. Don't look at any. You, as an intelligent actor, as an intelligent person, would actually go against your boss and actually go and research the role.
Probably.
Because you would want to do it justice.
Which she did, supposedly. She said the moment that the film's ending, she can't be told what to do on a break. So she, between series 11 and series 12, supposedly she binge watched it.
Yeah, and apparently she got scared when she watched it because then she realized the magnitude of the.
Like, why am I acting this way to this?
I hadn't heard that story. She's actually
she talks to David Tennant on a podcast. David Tennant does a bunch of podcasts. Go and listen to the one he does with Jodie Whittaker.
I remember it came out. I was just so upset at that time. I couldn't bear to listen to it.
She makes some interesting points. I will say this: you do actually kind of feel sorry for her because you can see that she's being hung out to dry, and she's
trying. I think she's trying.
I do agree. I think she's trying too hard, though, Matrix Lord. That's the problem I have. I think she's trying too hard. She needs to relax, right? She just needs to relax. She can't put her own personality into it, right? And she can put her own spin on it. But we have to recognize the character as the Doctor. And right now, not only do I not recognize her character as the Doctor, she hasn't even convinced me yet that she's the Doctor.
Well, it will be on her this season. This is the series. If she doesn't do it, it's on her. She got a pass last series, but this series, she had plenty of time to research the role. And she had everybody sticking up for her, like Arthur Darvill and Moffat and Karen Gillan and David Tennant. Everybody and their mother is saying she's going to do fantastic this season. If she doesn't do it this series, it's on her.
But have you noticed nobody? But have you noticed nobody has actually come out and said it this time?
They backed her. No, they backed her. Arthur Darvill said, they've been backing her.
Arthur has, but I mean,
Moffat was there. They've been backing her, so we'll see. We'll see.
But if the writing's better, there's no cushion for her.
The writing's not
cushion.
The writing's not
no. In the video you put out today, she said that that she thinks this year her gender won't be an issue. She better hope it's an issue. That's the only reason she got viewers.
Why is even that a question? Why
don't
she's
she just
do the damn thing?
What she said was she's saying the next time that a woman is up for the role for the Doctor.
Oh God!
Which is the next Doctor?
Which won't be an issue. The gender won't be a thing.
Which is probably the next Doctor, honestly. It's probably going to be a 20-year-old female.
But here's the thing. She's sadly mistaken because the thing about it is for me, it's been the Doctor should remain male. I'm sorry.
I agree. I agree.
Casting another woman is not going to change my mind. Casting, I'm being honest. Even if
Alan Cummings was supposed to be the 13th Doctor, and then when they wouldn't commit to him, and he was supposed to have friggin' 10 months of filming, he didn't want that. He said no, but I'll appear in an episode. He was supposed to be the next Doctor, Alan Cummings. but he's too
Yeah.
busy.
I mean, that'd be
doing the thing.
okay. I mean,
Yeah, but
like
if they got Olivia Colman or even a Claire Foy or
She's
someone
supposed to be.
of
Isn't
that
she supposed to be in the
quality,
series?
She was supposed to be the Doctor. She
No,
was.
isn't she supposed to be the main villain of the series? Because the thing is, she said yes. She wants to return. She wants to come to Doctor Who as a big...
yeah, you're talking about. I heard about that.
Yeah,
She was supposed to be a
and
villain
she had
in
lunch
the
with
series
him.
12.
She said, and she had lunch with him, and it was too late for her to appear in series 11.
That's right.
She's supposed to be a shock of maybe the Ronnie or something. She's supposed to be a big
that would
thing
be
in
good.
series 12.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Olivia Colman as the Ronnie.
The first line of the newly regenerated Doctor Who becomes a man again should be, "Oh my God, that was awful."
Might be.
Wouldn't that be great?
Really, I mean, I can see them doing that. I think they should. I think they should. I think that would bring back a lot of fans that aren't sure.
But hang on, or something cheeky like, I'm never doing that again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really do think that's important that they do that, though.
Of course, it offended a lot of people.
Yeah, but it would bring back a lot of the old fans. That would kind of give us something to go. Okay, you're kind of admitting it was a mistake, but you're not.
I'm going to spell this out for the BBC, right? This is what we want, right?
Well, Patrick Stewart should be a guest star. I know that people are talking about questions. Patrick Stewart should appear in Doctor Who, right?
I wouldn't mind Patrick Stewart as a guest star, not as the Doctor, no.
Right.
No.
No. But what I'll say is this, right? Fuck the other fans and excuse the language, right?
Right.
I don't care about Jodie Whittaker's fans' feelings anymore, right? BBC are losing money, okay? And they can afford to lose a little bit more money, but not for long, right? Okay? There will soon be a course correction. Now, this is supposed to be a course correction, right? Now, they've already admitted that Series 11 didn't work out, because apparently it looks like we are getting a course correction if you look at all the old villains that are returning. And
I don't think that's a course correction.
Right? That's a course correction. That's going back to what works, right? They're going back to the Daleks.
If it's Series 11 with monsters, it's not a course correction. These guys don't know how to write for these people.
But Series 11 was supposed to be something different. He told us that. It was going to be like...
Series 11 and Series 12 was written at the same time.
Yeah, but we've seen now that he's bringing the reliables back, though, Matrix Lord. He's bringing back the Cybermen. He's bringing back the Jadoon, which I don't know why, because they're not actually scary. But anyway, right, then we've seen the footage of the Daleks. Mightn't be actually in this series, but be in a special. But still, he's bringing back a lot of other characters as well that we know about, especially that big one, okay? So... Yeah. That to me is Chris Chibnall admitting defeat, because if you look at all the articles that he put out prior to Series 11 after, he said that he wasn't going to have the Daleks. He said he wasn't going to have the Cybermen, and he completely changed. He brought the Cybermen back for the Daleks back for Resolution. Now we're getting Cybermen now. God knows what else we're getting for Series 12, so that is going back to what works.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, the Sea Devils, because I was hoping that...
It doesn't matter, you can bring all them back. If the writing's not up to scratch, her acting's not up to scratch, it all falls apart anyway. So we're all talking about ifs, buts and maybes here, right? We will have to hope that Chris Chibnall, for once in his life, can get lucky again. He needs to get lucky again. He got lucky, in my opinion, with Broadchurch. He needs to get lucky with Doctor Who. And hopefully this is the series where he gets lucky, because we need a good series, right? And it doesn't matter whether you like Jodie Whittaker or not. All we want is a successful series, because a successful series means more Doctor Who on TV. An unsuccessful series means Doctor Who's lifespan is going to be very, very short. And I don't want to see Doctor Who go off the air. And I know you don't, and many of us don't. I want this show to succeed. I really do. But I don't think it will under these two. I really don't, but I'm hoping I'm wrong this year. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope Jodie Whittaker blows it out of the water. I hope Chris Chibnall astounds me with his writing and actually can bloody surprise me, right? But again, I have this doubt in my head, because I look at Series 11 and I look at everything else that he's written, and I am not convinced, right? So he needs to get lucky. So fingers crossed he does, because if he doesn't, I don't know where we go.
Well, it's not going to matter if he doesn't, because the Series 13's paid for. So
I know. The hate.
he has a
I
backup.
And that's
You
a bad
understand?
thing, though.
And the 60 it's paid for. So like,
know.
so you
I
could
know.
have the same shit in Series 13.
I know.
And
I
then,
know.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
Doctor
what
Who
I'm
is
saying, drag
basically
it out.
protected. No matter what happens, no matter
Well,
what the ratings
One
are.
thing that could happen that could derail it
What's
is
that?
if they're talking about privatizing the BBC.
But
Yeah.
don't you think that's an issue though? Because it's because it's paid for already, and then there's no room to improve.
Listen.
BBC.
So
Everyone
hold on,
gets it wrong.
Matrix Lord. Though, if that's the case, what is the UK TV license fee for then? If they've already got Doctor Who paid
See, the
for?
thing is, if the ratings tank to Series 12,
Right.
they film Series 13, she regenerates. They don't ask her back. That's
Oh.
it. That's it. She signed for Series 13. She filmed Series 13. She regenerates. They don't ask her back. If the ratings tank, they don't have to ask her for a contract extension.
Right. Well, let's talk about that briefly. What do you think what ratings are going to be like? Do you think they're going to be good enough for her to survive?
I don't think it's going to be good. What I think is, I think that the whole majority of the series, like when we see the Jadoon, you'll have a spike. When you see the Cybermen, it will be the best ratings because supposedly the Cybermen appear twice. They appear in the one episode with the Mary Shelley thing, and then they're the cliffhanger, supposedly. So the cliffhanger will have high ratings. The Jadoon will have high ratings. If the Sea Devils appear, will have high ratings. If the guy that's you will obey me, that I don't want you to get a strike, if he appears, if people don't like his first appearance, then the ratings will be shit because you'll be able to tell if you like him right away or not.
The ratings are going to be bad if it retain, no matter what they do. If they retain the preachy tone from season 11, the ratings will be bad. That's just the
4 or 5 episodes will be okay, and the other ones will not. But then the special will be the highest rated thing with the dollars. So that's
I don't know. I don't know. I disagree with you on that.
I think people are sick of
I'll tell you why. Resolution had the Dalek in it, and that Dalek.
$1 though.
But it was the way that they implemented the Dalek, though. Don't you think?
But still,
you have $1 now. You have a whole damn fleet on Earth, like a damn invasion. That's going to be a high-rated thing.
I don't know, but if they do it the same way, it won't be.
For that episode was they just came off of 10 weeks of obnoxious TV that nobody wanted to see, and it was like 3 weeks later, and everyone went,
agreed.
Doctor Who or do anything else, and everybody went, we'll do anything else,
yeah, because the ratings showed, yeah.
This year, people have forgotten, and it looks entertaining. The trailers look entertaining.
It's quick cuts. In the trailer.
Lenny Henry, they got Stephen Fry, they got it moving quickly. But let's just, we'll see what else people are doing on the day.
Spyfall 7.4.
What?
Spyfall 7.4.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I think Sirius average 5.6.
Wow, but still, that's bad.
And the third episode doesn't sound appealing at all. I mean,
we'll know by the third episode if it's going to be the season.
Well, see, that's what I said.
The Paris in the 30s, 40s.
What are they trying? The doctor wants a rest, so it's like the girl who waited, and it's like midnight, right? Like Zana with Noble was on the spa, and he wants to take 8, so like they need a rest. It's the same shit, but I mean, is anything interesting going to happen in it? Maybe. I don't know. I think that it's going to be a split series, like meaning half you're going to like half the episodes, and half the episodes you're not going to like.
Well, that's better than Series 11. There's one episode in Series 11.
But that's not. You know what it is when we're fed shit food. So many times.
Your standards are low.
Yeah, right. But that's what I was going to say. But I'm sorry, that's not good enough, though. It's still not good enough.
It isn't, but you know what? The sad part is that he has a backup. Because it doesn't freaking matter what the ratings is. It's paid for. They don't
that's what I'm saying. That's a problem.
Right, but hang on.
They are spending money to go to the most expensive hotels, expensive locations. It's paid for. Like he's at pig and shit right now. He's having the time of his life.
Right, and that means that there's no point to improve. There's nothing. There's just because it's already paid for. So it's
paid for, but there are guidelines. He made a promise to put a series out every year.
Yeah,
China's already supposedly suing them because he violated the contract already. Now HBO Max is going to sue him if he doesn't. Like they're going to sue them if he doesn't put out Series 13 within a year also. So he's the one that's making promises he can't keep. So we may have a situation where these deals may fall apart. And, of course, after the Series 13 and the 60th, Series 14, they may withdraw the money and not pay for it.
So you think there's ever a point where somebody else could pick up Doctor Who? Like Prime, maybe?
Netflix. I would love Doctor Who
I would think,
on Netflix.
But don't you think Prime should do it?
Well, there's a weird contract with Prime, isn't it, with Star Trek? Like, they don't want, like...
Yeah, it's not a conflict. More content for them.
I mean, Prime picked up Expanse, and I think it's improved since it's been on Expanse. I mean, from Prime.
I think that Jodie Lee's we're gonna have another female, and he's not gonna. He just.
I really hope not.
A 20-year-old female. And they're gonna do it like a vampire.
If it happens, it's dead.
Twilight romance.
Yeah, it's dead.
They're gonna do a Twilight romance with
a
20-year-old.
What you're saying is true. If what you're saying is true, Doctor Who is dead.
Yeah,
because I'm telling you, they're gonna have.
And I'm jumping out the window.
They're gonna have a 20-year-old guy, 20-year-old doctor.
I mean, not to curse, but I'm fucking. At that point, I'm fucking boycotting. When I boycott, because I'm like, I haven't boycotted yet. I'm done.
Yeah, no.
Oh, this is
ultimately it's get rid of Chibnall, then we'll see what happens.
This is an interesting comment though coming up. And it actually is true because there is a lot of rumblings in the UK at the moment.
That's what I was saying.
So there could be a chance because Boris seems to be threatening, and it does. I've seen it myself. He's not happy with the BBC right now. The public is not happy with over the Christmas schedule either here in the UK and Ireland. There's been a bit of a backlash to their schedule. It's all repeats and reboots. Yeah, they're not very happy at all. So. And they've been criticised and given a warning over their news coverage of the election, being accused of being biased to one side. So, BBC are facing a lot of controversy at the moment now, whether it's big enough.
Yeah, but everything is contracted, though. Like, even if it was a big change with the BBC, they still have to air stuff for the next year or two. Like, so if there's any change, it won't be for another 2 years anyway.
Yeah, but they get rid of them from top down and then it could start again. They could still fulfill their contracts. I'm not saying don't fulfill your contracts. I'm just saying get new writers into Doctor Who, get people in that understand the show.
He's not leaving.
Get people to surround the show that actually embrace the fans. You've even seen it yourself, people that write on Doctor Who magazine, we won't mention the names here, have personally went and attacked this male side of the fandom and the ladies as well, I'll say, but mostly they have a problem with the males of this fandom, right? And they attack, but they're quick enough to ask these same fans for money.
He's not leaving. He's got he's making tons of money. And he's got an option when Doctor Who ends.
Yeah, but he doesn't even
he's
like
going to get
Doctor
a whole
Who anymore.
He's loaded.
I think the thing that would influence him to leave the most is if the series does badly and it's reviled and
it would have to do really bad.
I agree. Series 12 has to do really horribly bad.
Right, so that's what I was going to ask you. Right, so here's what I'm asking you. So this is what I'm asking you. What would you consider in the millions? So you said average 5.6 the series, right?
It would have to be 4.0.
About 4 million.
That's really low.
4.5, 4.8.
Yeah. Right, Capaldi,
and I think in America it's going to be lower than that.
Well, here in Capaldi's era, one of his eras actually went that low, so it is possible.
It would have to be that because you have to understand it's higher standards now. So HBO Max in China sees that they're like, this is crap.
Well, I've been telling people to boycott Doctor Who. I review for them and they'll throw me reviews and have panels like this on it. But I'm actually encouraging people not to watch Doctor Who.
Yeah, but you know what, though? People, that's not going to... I mean...
People are going to watch it regardless.
You have to watch it because you have to review it. So...
Yeah,
but there's ways to watch it without actually giving them a rating, though.
Yeah, but I'm not giving BBC...
It's pointless to do that, though.
So...
It's going to... Listen, Doctor Who's going to survive somehow. Even if they got pulled from BBC, would turn on Netflix or something, it would be alive somehow. Look at Top Gear and all this other stuff. It's not going to go anywhere. It's going to be around at some point in time in some capacity, but I just think.
Well, you have a point on Top Gear because that's on its last bleeding legs and should be actually pulled out of its misery, but they keep dragging that out every year.
But the Grand Tour, they moved those guys over to their own thing on Netflix. Grand Tour, right?
Oh, the Grand Tour was on Prime.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they finished that up now. Amazon Prime.
Yeah, it is on Amazon Prime.
Chip Noll is not leaving when Whitaker leaves. He's doing the new Doctor, the 14th Doctor, and it's 2 series of that. So he's not leaving when Whitaker
hang on, you're essentially telling me that this man is going to be sticking around for
5 series.
How many?
5. Total.
What?
11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 5.
Well, I haven't heard about this China deal. When did that come out?
A while ago. I'll send you the link if I can get it.
Hey, but aren't the Chinese super racist?
Yes.
Yes, they really are.
Isn't that a
they
problem?
Really are.
Now? For some, okay, here's the thing. I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Somehow, I'm not gonna say why. Somehow, the society that is against time travel, the society that's against ghosts, the society that's against science fiction, like different things, somehow, because it's time travel, they allowed this to be part of their culture. Then all of a sudden, they allowed Avengers Endgame to be out, but they didn't allow Ghostbusters yet. But they will allow the new Ghostbusters. So somehow, somebody that talked to somebody allowed this into their culture. They changed things around. So this was their culture. They did not like time travel. They did not like spiritual ghost stuff. They did not like certain things. Time travel and ghosts, they did not go for. But then, some mysterious reason, it's been allowed.
Who are these people? China?
China.
Oh.
So, and then that made a lot of money for Endgame because of Endgame made a lot of money in China.
Made a lot of money for Endgame.
And if it didn't have it that way, they wouldn't have been able to do that. So somebody talked to somebody, and it's all about one person talking to somebody.
Here, I'll say it out straight. Money exchange hands. Here you go.
It's not money. No, it's a culture. That's a totally different story. Culture.
All right. Okay. They presented them gifts. Then we'll just say. Because they like gifts, right? So they gave them gifts that probably had some cash, but it's not.
Well, I'm going to say this: Chib Noll will deliver a present to China because Series 13 they're going to film in China. Some of it.
Oh God.
Well, no, actually, I don't mind them filming in China. I don't mind it. It's not going to be. What's the samurai?
They have to.
Oh, listen.
Either they get a companion that's Asian. They have, so he's filming in Series 13. He's going to film an episode or 2 in China.
Oh, hold on. That's where that BTS rumor came from. That big bleeding Korean band.
That's true. They are going to film in China.
I would rather them do more outer space episodes. I don't know why they're so fascinated with doing.
If someone's giving you millions of dollars for every series,
I guess,
and they're going to sue you, right? Because you're breaking contract. What do? You want to make them happy, right? So be like, we'll film a couple episodes in China. Don't sue us. Be like, okay.
But here's the thing
I know.
They forget about the fans. They forget about what the fans need and want, and that's the people that are buying the merchandise. Yes, I know that they're getting money, but they're also getting money from us too.
Totally. So, like,
they're also missing out on merchandise.
They hired the most expensive sci-fi company. Like that did Blade Runner and everything. They paid a lot of money. They would not be able to do it on your licensing fees with the BBC. They got tons of money from China. They would not. When would they ever in Doctor Who, with the exception of City of Death, what they did, would they be able to go to like Cape Town, Africa, all these freaking places? Like
I wouldn't have a problem with that if they were more focused on the scripts. You know, like special effects are secondary to me.
I know, but that's the whole point, is that when everything else the bar is raised, the writing needs to be raised. It's not.
Right. And that's the problem.
Dirt cheap. Like, he's paying dirt cheap for these writers.
Right, and they're all soap opera writers.
They're terrible.
I mean, we need more sci-fi writers. We need
to put the money, instead of going and spending the money to go in a hotel stay, first class trip, and all this other stuff. Why do you think they didn't go to to Comic-Con. Do you realize how much money, if the series wasn't ready till January, right? Do you realize how much money it costs to ship Jodie Whittaker, Tossin Cole, Bradley Walsh, tons of people to New York Comic-Con for a week with hotel stays and everything?
But that would have been their best interest.
But they had nothing to promote.
Public appearances because they'll get booed. That's why.
But they had nothing. They weren't finished.
But they have to understand that endears you to the fans to a certain degree.
They weren't finished filming though. They had nothing to present.
Footage of Jodie Whittaker coming out and getting booed.
Exactly.
They had no trailer. They had nothing to give them. So
that's true. But it's like Peter Capaldi. Well, before he was doing Suicide Squad, would do every panel, everything, and then endears you to the fans. Yeah. I mean,
I would have been there with a banner saying "Jodie out, Chris Chibnall, kiss my dog."
But agreed. But at least you would have earned some respect for showing up.
Peter Capaldi is like a doctor, even when he's not.
She doesn't care about respect because she doesn't feel that like she has to earn it. That's why she treats us the way she treats us.
Right, but you
can hear what comes out of her mouth.
Exactly. But it'd be her best interest to do that.
The last Comic-Con, why she did that Jane Bond thing, she was teasing Spyfall.
Right, and I hate that. I hate the fact that they use James Bond.
But that was the intention of Kim, they'll do Spyfall.
Right, I know.
Just like Moffat teased Murder on the Orient Express in Matt Smith's Big Bang.
Right, but I hate
never
when they
happened
do
until years later.
I know. I miss the classic days. I mean, looking back, they never would have done any of this in the classic days. That's where I have an issue with the new Who. To be honest, watching all the classic, I just wish they would go back to that type of.
I think Spyfall is not going to be this ridiculous thing that they think it's going to be. Like the ratings wise, I think it's not.
So you don't think it's going to be as good as what they're saying?
A soap opera called Emmerdale. No, how do you think that Emmerdale normally does?
Emmerdale gets. I could get you the average figures up now, but I do know that Emmerdale is the second biggest. No, hold on. We've got EastEnders, we've got Coronation Street, and then we've got Emmerdale. Emmerdale would be the third best soap in England. So you're looking at around an average between 11 million people watch Emmerdale.
No,
would you spend money to go see Spyfall in the theaters and spend like $100 or whatever? Would you spend all that money for Spyfall?
Oh God, no.
No.
So why do they think this would happen in America? Do you think everybody's going to go to the theaters to see this? This is nothing.
No, people didn't even go to see The End of Time. I went to saw the Phantom events. There was 3 people in the theater in America.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and it was sad. It was really good.
That's embarrassing.
3 people. 3 people. Me, my friend, and 2 other. 4 people. Sorry.
This era has actually damaged the Who brand.
Yeah,
it actually has damaged the Who brand.
It's a big mistake having 2 Doctor Who episodes in the same week.
And it is.
Guys, I gotta go.
I agree. No,
I gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta go. I have a family Christmas party to go to. I don't want to go because I'm having so much fun talking about Doctor Who right now. I'd rather stay here, but I have to go.
A pleasure to meet you, by the way. Finally.
Yeah, it really was. I had such a good time, nerding out with you guys. It was fun.
I'm gonna have to go soon too because we got our comic Christmas thing too.
Yeah, I gotta go. Like 20 minutes to get there.
I'm gonna be finishing up now shortly, anyway. But Blue Bonnet, thank you for coming on. Just let everybody know quickly before you go your channel and stuff.
Yeah, it's just Blue Bonnet Whovian. I do streaming reviews basically, and I bitch about the current era of Doctor Who, and then I talk about the things I like about Doctor Who and all this crap I buy that I don't need. So that's pretty much it. It's on YouTube, so subscribe if you haven't already. That's it.
There you go. See you later.
So Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm going to go, and I'll see you guys soon.
Enjoy your alcoholic beverages.
I will. I've already started.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye. And back to the 3 wise men. Yes. Hello. Okay. Let me see. Here's another comment here. I'll just throw it up there. Let's see. There will be creative writers out there who will kill for the chance to write an episode of Doctor Who.
But
that's the sad thing about it.
They're not the right skin color, or they're not the right sex, or they're not the right sexual orientation, or some other stupid reason. Or even if they are the right sexual orientation, they may have said something like Gareth Roberts. Gareth Roberts, a fantastic Doctor Who writer who has made fantastic Doctor Who, blackballed from the Target book because he happened to say something that some of the blue check mark on Twitter, they're Taliban didn't like.
Peter Jackson.
Yeah,
I actually did a video on the whole Gareth Roberts thing, and I actually got banned from a couple of Doctor Who groups, and the video was taken down by YouTube because apparently I hadn't got the right to call out people that were calling him out. At the end of the day, I will defend anybody's right to freedom of speech. The tweets were a couple of years old. The fact that people actually went back to his Twitter account and actually intentionally looked for something so they could get rid of him is actually disgusting. But I know a couple of the culprits behind it, believe it or not, because I was actually told, because there's a couple of the old guard like Gareth Roberts and a few of the others that are not happy with the way this era is actually going. And I can tell you that a lot of the old guard are really disgusted behind the scenes. There's not many that actually really like this era at all. All this talk that you're hearing now from certain people saying that they like it and stuff, and they like Jodie and she's doing well, it's all bullshit. They're only all saying that it's not. It's all bullshit, basically.
They happen to make deals. They have a deal with Hot Topic now. They're trying to make special deals to bring interest to Doctor Who.
They just don't want them, they won't say anything negative against it, because obviously some of them, the love of Doctor Who as well, wouldn't compel them to say anything bad. Do you know what I mean? They'll always support the show no matter what direction it's gone in. And even look at Peter Capaldi, he's probably the perfect example of that. I mean, I don't care what anybody says, but for me, he was kicked out to accommodate Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. And the fact that he could have plenty to say about this show now, and he could really stick the boot in, but he refuses to do so because he's such a nice man. And I will agree, look at the way he does treat the fans still. And I mean,
one minute he was staying for 10 years, another minute he
was leaving. I know.
He was forced out.
Yeah. He said he couldn't wait to work with
10 years
Chris
he wants to beat Tom Baker's record.
And being honest, Chris Chibnall and Peter Capaldi working together on scripts, in my opinion, would have worked. We'd be looking at a totally different Chris Chibnall.
If Chibnall has a hand to guide him, he's like his ones he did under Russell David and Moffat. They weren't bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I still don't like his episodes, but they're not that.
But they're not like you don't want to rip your face off when you watch them.
That's it.
Merry Christmas, Colin P. Smith.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And I see another, the Tardis on YouTube channel. For what I hear from Dave Cullen, you may not have free speech much longer over there. Why are they doing something in my country that I'm too busy on YouTube. I don't even watch the news anymore. Sure.
No, I think it's about
98% of the news is bullshit anyway. They never tell you anything that's true on the news.
I gotta get going, guys. I'm sorry.
No problem. Listen, thanks. I know. Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate it.
I got to go as well. It's like 20-1 for me.
Yeah. Right. Well, listen, we'll finish up then. You guys can head off. Thanks. Just do us a favor before you actually go, guys. Just give you our channels a shout out there, please. Let everybody know where they
check me out
on YouTube and.
And I am the Svila Becken, the rabbi from another planet. I'll put my link in the chat. I just did it.
If you could do the same as well, Matrix Lord, because I don't know how to do it. That's stupid. I normally get one of me mods to do it, but the chat has been pretty quiet, so it's been grand. No moderators, I don't think, tonight. So, guys, listen, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Obviously, love to have the 2 years back on again. Maybe before the new year, and then obviously New Year coming up, I'm going to be doing Doctor Who panels where we're going to be discussing each new episode. So if you just want to come on,
I would love to.
Lovely. Brilliant. And yourself, Matrix Lord, you'll definitely jump in as well, won't you? Are you doing your own? You're doing your own reviews as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I have my podcast. You're welcome to join us. You should join us.
We should. We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do a big one. We'll do a big
Yeah.
one. Try to get as
All
many
right.
as we can on.
Yeah, I'm
More
probably
the
going to
merrier.
do at least 10 casts on
Yeah.
Spyfall Part 1. So, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Good.
Thank you,
Right.
guys.
See you later. See you later.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it, my friend.
My pleasure. Fine, yeah, it's 1:45 in the morning. It's time for me to go.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually an hour behind you, so yeah, I better be getting ready because I've got a big day ahead of me now. I'm cooking Christmas dinner, so.
Oh, hey, sounds great.
Yeah, I'll see you later, mate. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. And that's it, folks. Thanks for joining us. Merry Christmas. It's officially, we're 15 minutes until Christmas time, but we'll just say Merry Christmas anyway. I'd like to thank all my guests tonight. I hope you have enjoyed it. And I will see you back here on Friday. So have a good one. Enjoy your Christmas. Don't drink too much. Don't eat too much. Who am I kidding? We're all going to drink too much and eat too much, aren't we? Right, listen, have a good one. Stay safe.